talk of the town. He is the toast of the town.
The toast.
They're toasting him already.
The burnt toast.
He was on the Joe Buck HBO premiere talk show, the first talk show in Joe Buck's.
Joe Buck's 2 Live.
Joe Buck Live.
Right.
You know, they're making a big deal about Artie's language on the show, and it's weird to me because, you know, they have the cat house, like prostitutes fucking
but
guys.
HBO's schizophrenic like that.
Yeah.
You know, like on certain shows you're not supposed to do it, and somehow you're supposed to know which shows are for cursing and which shows aren't.
What about Sex in the City?
Right.
They used to, I mean, the stuff on that show offended me.
But then they'll have
No, it
something
didn't.
like the Bob Costas show, which never had any cursing in it.
I know, but they said, okay, I mean, they said do anything you want.
Well, I think they're schizophrenic in the sense that I think Joe Buck was going for more of a Letterman-esque kind of talk show where they talk sports and hang out. And
Right, because if you watched it, it was the Costas show. There was never any cursing.
I do believe, though, that these guys, when they booked you on the show, you know, sort of thought that you would be a talk show guest in keeping with your Letterman appearances and your Conan appearances and stuff like that. I think they probably were really blown out by the language, but nevertheless,
They should have said something. Right. They shouldn't have said go to town.
They gave me no guidelines. Listen, I mean, this is crazy. I did an interview with the New York Times yesterday. Like, I mean,
about this?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big story in the sense that you went on, and HBO is now upset with you.
Right.
Oh dear.
And in fact, I was reading the paper today. They've blacklisted Artie from HBO Sports, which
Wow.
I don't think.
Well, geez, Artie, I'm sorry for you.
I don't know how that would affect your career, but maybe it would. I don't know.
Look, me blacklisted from anything could affect my career, sure.
Oh, no, the HBO Sports Department's a major plank.
Here's the article. HBO wipes hands of Artie. Artie Lang meet the HBO blacklist. Lang, Howard Stern's radio sidekick, is persona non grata at HBO Sports after his profanity-laced segment on Monday's premiere of Joe Buck Live. I tell you what, I never knew who Joe Buck was. Now I do.
Yeah, I mean,
help him out that way.
There's something good that came out of this.
Sure.
He can do, he can go do as many Howard Stern shows as he likes, but he will no longer appear on HBO Sports or Joe Buck Live, HBO Sports President Ross Greenberg told the Post yesterday.
Wow.
Well, that's the greatest news ever. I can do as many Howard Stern shows as I want.
How does Ross know that you can do as many shows
When
as
did
you
he
want?
get to get permission to do this show?
He's executive producing this show.
He's the president of Hollywood.
Howard, if that's true, and you make that decision, I couldn't be happier about it.
We don't have any interest in his world. That's a quote from Mr. Greenberg.
You have your own world.
Lang appeared with actor Paul Rudd, barely. Paul Rudd didn't get a word in.
But they weren't trying. Did you see them struggling for words?
No,
Howard,
they had a good time.
They went, they both loved it. If you watch it,
I don't doubt
if you watch it, the crowd is guffawing. Like Michael Irvin is laughing. Like, look, I'm not going to say this about a normal appearance, but I have to defend myself. Like Jimmy Kimmel texted me yesterday and said, "Dude, that appearance was epic. They should have you back on every night." Like,
you should be his sidekick. Somebody said to me there should be the Artie and Joe Buck show.
Yeah, I mean, so Ross Greenberg has, I mention him a lot in this New York Times. I don't know if the New York Times thing ran at all, but he sounds like a moron. He gave me no guidelines, and he knows what I do. He read my book. He saw my stand-up. Can someone explain to him why I wouldn't do what I did on Letterman? It's CBS, it's Letterman, and quite frankly, I have a lot more respect comedically for David Letterman than I do Joe Buck.
Lang, discussing his appearance on yesterday's Howard Stern show, said Greenberg told him to go nuts if the discussion flagged. So go fuck yourself. I don't care how important you are in the business, Lang said to Greenberg. That's regrettable, Greenberg fired back. I said to him prior to the show that we need your energy if things get boring. He misconstrued that. I didn't mean that we needed this, which was a far cry from energetic. It was a mean-spirited, vitriolic diatribe with guttural language.
Howard, take away the first thing I said, okay?
Right.
And which was just a crazy joke that is the first time the audience reacted to anything, okay?
Right.
And the kid Jason next to me started whooping it up afterwards. Whoa, and the place went nuts. Then after that, it really was just me and Joe ribbing each other. and I told a story about his father. And I mean, that was really, that's what I did. And everything killed. I mean, But I don't care if I'm ever on HBO ever again.
Right.
This is the show that sells tickets to there's guys who have HBO stand-up specials that open for me on the road. I mean, that's the truth, because I'm on the Stern Show. I mean, I don't care, Ross. I really just don't care.
All right. Let's see. So Artie, who ever since he got off heroin is very energetic, appeared on a bunch of shows.
He is Mr. Energy.
No, Tim Sabian called me and asked me to call into Chris Russo. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, you can do sports with Chris.
Yeah, right. and
I heard that, by the way.
You heard it, Fred?
Oh, yeah, I heard that, by the way. He's not your friend.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Russo was, he was doing...
I didn't think Russo was... I thought you might have overreacted to Russo, and I'll tell you why.
I definitely think so, too.
I haven't heard the whole thing. We'll play it now. He thought you weren't funny. So you say, well, some people think I'm funny, and some people don't.
Okay, he had an issue with the language, too, and I just explained that I said, well, look,
but
Chris...
you got so angry with Chris, it was like saying, who cares what Chris thinks, whether you're funny or not? Just be like, you know what? I thought I did well. That's the only person I answered
Well, I
to.
was told that he was bashing me for a while. Well, that's what I was told. Tim said you got to call in...
And then
Tim wanted you to react to what was being said.
Tim asked me to call in.
And then Artie slammed this guy, Mike Francesco. Turns out Mike was defending Artie. You were on fire.
Oh, dear.
Well, I've been wanting to slam Francesco for a while. He gave me a bad tip on a couple of college games.
Well, that's very understandable. So, anyway, let me play you the Artie. What was Artie busy with yesterday?
Yeah,
page.
How many shows yesterday?
I'm going to get you a bunch of clips here. What page is that again, Gary? The Artie page.
Artie has his own page.
JD, page 1? Okay. All right. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. What about that first clip? Can I pass on that one and just get right to
pass on the first clip.
Okay. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. The two of them going at it yesterday.
People guffawed laughing. They don't laugh. They laugh politely if they have to. People were barreled over laughing. Watch the fucking tape.
Artie, I'm a big fan. You were not funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, Artie. I watched. You were not funny. That was not a funny set. That was not a funny 8 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Chris, I'm a big fan of yours about sports, but you don't know shit about being funny. When you're funny, it's funny when...
Artie, I'm not trying to be funny. You tried to be funny, and you weren't funny.
Exactly. I was trying to be funny, and I was funny. Howard Stern thought I was funny.
We all know.
I got texts from people I barely know. Jimmy Kimmel sent me a text saying that appearance was epic. It was the best thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious, and they're going to have you back. Every funny person I know thought I was funny. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Chris, I love
Billy Crystal, Artie, Billy Crystal didn't think you're funny, and Billy Crystal's better than Jimmy. And Billy Crystal is bigger. Billy Crystal is bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. And Billy Crystal did not think you were funny.
Billy Crystal, let me tell you about Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal hates Howard because Howard busts his chops. Billy Crystal's funny, but he's an uptight prick. He's a politically correct, uptight bastard. He's an egomaniac. We've sent out Stutter and John to ask him questions. We play a tape. Oh, Howard's not funny either. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably talented.
Wait.
Wait, let me talk. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably talented. His stand-up is unreal, but he's full of himself, and he's taking it too far. I'm a Yankee fan like him. Now he thinks he's Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Pretentious, Mr. I Meet the President, so I don't give a fuck what he thinks is funny. I give a fuck what my fans think are funny, and they thought it was funny, Chris.
Artie.
And I don't care if you think it's funny either, even though I'll listen to you talk about the Jet-Giant schedule and what the record's going to be, but don't tell me about being funny, and I won't tell you about...
Well, but Artie, you need a guy. You tell me about sports. You're allowed. I mean, I don't say, well, now, what does Artie know about sports? I don't say that. So why should you say that about me about why I can't judge a comedian? What, you're allowed to judge your sports and I can't judge a comedian?
You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't respect your opinion about comedy. I tell you about sports, and a lot of times I'm wrong, and if you tell me I'm wrong, I'll believe it. Chris, I love you, man. You know I'm a huge fan of yours, but you're wrong about this. I was funny, and look at the audience. They guffaw.
You can't judge.
Michael, wait, Crystal.
Oh, hold on now. Let me get this straight. Artie, let me get this straight. I'm not allowed to judge your comedic value, but Michael Irvin can. Is that the way it's supposed to work? I can't judge it, but if Michael Irvin laughs, you must be funny. Michael Irvin doesn't know anything.
Chris, you could judge whatever you want. And Michael Irvin could judge whatever you want. I don't give a fuck about it either way. I'm just saying one's right and one.
Well, hold on. You brought up Michael Irvin 4 times and he thought it was funny. Well, why should Michael Irvin be able to judge it? I can't. That doesn't work. Michael Irvin's not a comedian. Well, why can't he's a football player. A retired one at that.
I'll tell you what.
He's got no credibility with comedy.
Chris, you gonna let me talk? Or
yes, go ahead. You got to answer the question, though.
Because, Chris, I met Michael Irvin, and quite frankly, he's funnier than you are. That's how it is. You're funny, and you don't.
Michael Irvin can't get a job in the media business. ESPN fired Michael Irvin. Nobody wants Michael Irvin on. You're making Michael Irvin's a big talent in the broadcasting field.
Why the fuck was he on?
Because he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Artie. You think he's on because he's funny?
And I'm on Joe Buck Live because I'm on a Hall of Fame radio show. How'd that sound, motherfucker?
Well, that's different, Artie. We're not talking about forget Stern. We're talking about your appearance as far as humor is concerned and about language and about all those things. How about going on, Buck, last night and use better language and not make everybody cringe in America?
And being boring and nobody cares. Would you be talking to me right now if I went on and talked like Carol Burnett for fucking an hour or some other fucking jerk off you think is funny like Bob Hope? You're talking to me right now because of what I did.
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Yeah, Bob Uecker funny?
I think Bob Uecker's hilarious.
Okay, does Bob Uecker use bad language?
Off the air?
No. In his jokes, does he use bad language, Artie? The answer is no.
What the hell is he talking about?
Chris, you're caught up in the 1940s, brother. I'm a Richard Pryor fan. I'm a George Carlin fan. I love Sam Kinison. I love guys who were on the edge. You don't. It's a difference. Howard Stern. And don't bullshit me, man. I used to listen to you and Mike and Mad Dog, and you guys would always talk when you were kissing Imus's fucking old ass. You would go, oh, Howard works blue. I don't work blue. I grew up listening to Howard, man. I work blue. And Joe Buck knew that, and he got it, and the fans fucking loved it. And today, people are talking about his show because of it.
The one thing I don't understand, maybe you know this and clear it up, Artie. When did Billy Crystal comment on Artie's appearance?
I don't know.
Never.
Russo seems to be aware of something no one else. Maybe they had a personal conversation.
Are they close, Billy Crystal and Mad Dog?
I have no idea.
Howard.
That is so funny.
Howard, listen.
I got more, by the way.
I know, but listen, I am a fan of Russo because he's real. He's really a geek. I mentioned Norm Macdonald to him, and he said, the guy on Cheers, Norm.
No.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't know anything about
outside of sports
or modern day stuff.
It wasn't his cup of tea.
Right, exactly. But he was yelling at me too, Howard. I mean, I was yelling back.
Michael Irvin thought it was funny.
He did.
That
funny.
was fun. Chris is a funny guy.
He is funny.
When he starts yelling, he's just funny.
I love when two guys argue over whether they were funny or not. It's the best. I mean, I've gotten caught up in that crap.
Was the best. He's a football player.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, exactly. Well, whoever's in the audience, when you're a comic, you're just happy anyone's laughing, man, you know.
It seems like you're getting caught up lately in a lot of fights with people, a lot of agitation. I'm worried about you, honestly.
Honestly, Howard,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Are
I
you?
really am. But people are fucking with me.
But I don't know. You think everyone's fucking with you.
No, I'm fine now.
You are?
And I'm in therapy, and it's starting
It's working?
to work.
It's working?
Did you
Howard,
talk to your therapist about this?
I have a shrink session today. And
Good.
Oh, good.
How long?
I love the guy. He's finally back from his honeymoon.
How many hours is the session today?
It's going to be about an hour and a half because
Hour and
I have
a
a
half.
book signing tonight, so I have to calm down.
Right.
But I have so much anger in me. I do.
boy,
I have anger
You
in me,
really do.
and I'm working on it.
Okay.
I
What
am.
is it, Fred?
I have a couple of thoughts. Book a triple session, number one.
You got it, Fred.
And number two, I heard that exchange yesterday, and in my opinion, Russo has no credibility whatsoever to judge who's funny and who is not.
No, you're missing the point.
But it's his opinion on
He
comedy.
is commenting on what he thought was funny.
But the difference in the argument, too, is he's commenting directly on what Artie does for a living as opposed to what's funny, and Artie's not commenting on what he does. What if Artie would have come out?
He does. Artie says
I don't say he does a
Artie
bad
says
job.
he's a fan.
I don't say he does, but what if he called in and says, I don't think you're doing a particularly
He says
good show
he
today.
likes Artie. He's a fan, but he didn't think this performance was his best.
I think that's a nice little cop-out when people want to say something shitty about you. They preamble it with,
I agree.
You know, I'm a fan, but... He sounds like that guy, Mark Krisky.
Look,
Howard, I
he
was
gave his
on...
opinion.
Right.
Quite frankly, who cares what Mad Dog's opinion
I agree with
is?
it, but
Artie did his thing.
I just want to
and,
say one thing. Also, his opinion is colored because his favorite comedian is Carol O'Connor.
Yeah.
And that's not even a joke.
Well, I mean, you know, Carol O'Connor is a great
And
actor,
second
but
point-
exactly, he doesn't know what he's talking
And the
about.
second point, I
Yeah.
listened long after Artie had his meltdown on the air, and he admitted, I believe he admitted he didn't even see it.
Oh, so then how could he comment?
You know what? That's the beauty of
He
Chris.
did not see the show.
Mad Dog didn't see the.
He did not
did he watch
see.
the performance on YouTube or something?
No,
he either
maybe not.
he either watched it on YouTube or he heard the tapes.
Or Billy Crystal called
He
him.
did
He heard
not see the show.
Billy
And
Crystal called him from the movie
and Chris,
set.
I'll apologize ahead of time, but I believe it was about maybe a half hour, an hour afterwards. You admitted you didn't see the show.
I just like that Billy Crystal is discussing this with Mad Dog.
It would have been nice if Billy Crystal could have said it in his own words.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
First of all, before a Springsteen concert, I went on Mad Dog's show a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And what I did on the Joe Buck show compared to what I did on Chris Russo's show looked like Romper Room. I mean, and he hugged me afterwards and said, that was great. I loved it. I mean, what you know, I mean, this is satellite radio. I am a dirty comedian. I admit that. I'm not as smart as Jerry Seinfeld, I guess. I'm not as smart as...
But when you go on, let's say,
Paul
Letterman or Conan, you do not work dirty. You're able to do both.
I can do both,
That's
yeah.
right.
But on HBO, I figured, what the hell? Let it loose, man.
Right.
Why not?
All right, here's Artie versus Mad Dog round 2.
Oh, boy.
Artie, can we calm down with the language on that kind of show? Can we do that?
All right, listen, it's HBO, Chris. I will never listen to you with comedy advice, okay, buddy? You pick up my DVD, I curse like crazy. It's rated NC-17.
But I know when I buy your video. Artie, I know when I buy.
I'm not going to your fucking kid's 8th birthday party.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Turn off HBO? I know if I buy your video, I know what I'm getting. I know when I sit there and buy your book, I know what I'm getting.
It's HBO. Artie Lines on HBO. What do you think? You're going to hear me through a psalm from the Bible? You got to be. Are you that stupid?
You can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down a little bit?
You can't calm down a little bit right now either?
I'm fine. You can't calm down a little bit, Artie?
You're not fine. You're not fine. You know what, Chris? No, I like to go over the line. I like to shock. I like to be funny. I like creating uncomfortable shit, and I love conversations like this. This sells books, man. I'm a businessman, too. My book went through the... I'm number one on the Google Trends today. I don't give a shit about shit that much, except I want to be funny in my own way. I'm not censoring myself for anybody. This is like Lenny Bruce shit, man. Lenny Bruce got arrested, so I'm allowed to curse on HBO, and I'm going to fucking honor that. Howard Stern went through hell to be able to get me to... Howard Stern got FCC fines. Howard Stern's the reason you're allowed to talk like this on the radio right now, and I'm going to honor that.
I'm not using bad language, Artie. Artie, listen, I love Howard. I don't use bad language during a talk show.
You love Howard. There was different shit going on a few years ago with you and your fat fucking...
Oh, we got to leave Mike alone, Artie. Please, that's not fair. Don't get on Mike. It's not his fault.
Mike's fat ass is giving me shit. I saw Mike once at a Knick game. I couldn't believe they didn't sell him 3 seats. His ass was so fucking...
Oh, Artie, come on. Don't pick on Mike. What did Mike do? Mike didn't do anything to you.
I'm not picking on Mike, but he's picking on me, so I'm hitting...
Well, when is he picking on Artie?
Chris, let me tell you something. I'm from the streets. You hit me, I'm hitting you back.
When did Mike pick... In 20 years that I was with Mike, he never mentioned you once. When did Mike pick on you?
I got a bunch of phone calls saying Francesca's stressing you, so guess what?
Did you... Artie, did you hear it yourself, or are you going by what your friend told you?
Oh, right. I'm sure my friend would call me up.
Well, I mean, people like to cause... Artie, people like to cause dissension. Yes, friends will call up. Yes, friends will say... People say things to get a reaction. That's what people do.
Chris, don't teach me about radio. I know people make shit up, but there's no way. I guarantee you Francesca gave me shit, just like you're giving me shit.
Not in 20... Artie.
I don't give a fuck about Francesca. I give a fuck about you, so I'm calling in. That's it. I mean, I don't have proof, but you know what? Whether I have proof or not, Francesca...
Well, listen, here's what I'd say.
Listen, one thing. Whether I have proof or not, Francesca still has a big fat ass.
No, I mean, listen, a little heavy. I'll buy that. But I mean, 19 years, and I worked with Mike for 19 years. He never said a word about it. He never.
I know. That's not what I'm talking
Well, the
about.
last 8 months, if he said something, I don't know that.
He didn't say a word about me because I'm not famous enough. But today I made news in his fucking world, so he said something. So I'm
Oh, I
saying
said something.
back.
So now you didn't tell me that. You said something today? You said something?
Yeah, I just tried to, but you keep screaming like a crazy person, like Bruce just started playing Prove It All Night. I mean, shut the fuck up and listen. Francesca trashed me today, so I'm trashing him back.
Oh, I didn't realize. Well, you didn't say. I didn't hear you say. Nobody heard you say today. I thought you meant over the years.
Because you're screaming too loud like a fucking broad. Calm down.
So then Artie was done and then called Bad Dog back to apologize to Francesca.
First of all, I don't know what happened because 40 people told me Francesca trashed me, and then a caller called up and said that he didn't. So no, I don't know what happened exactly.
So here's Artie apologizing.
Calling back with an
By the way,
apology.
Howard,
Yeah.
that was the most ridiculous conversation I've ever heard in my
Crazy.
life.
It was
Artie, go ahead.
Chris, I'm sorry. Listen, the guy who just called up and said Francesca actually thought I made the show good. Now I feel bad because I made the mistake of listening to a friend. I apologize to Francesca. I don't know the guy, but I'll tell you what, he's right. It was a bore fest. It was a snooze fest. And maybe I thought I had to hit a home run instead of a double to right. So maybe I turned it up a notch. And again, this is where people are wrong. I didn't call Buck a cocksucker. That's not what I did. I would never do that. I made a joke about a website. I would never call him a cocksucker, all right? It's a difference of opinion. I'm sorry to Francesca, but Francesca's right, Chris. It was a bore fest until I started talking. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm Richard Pryor. I know I'm not that good, but I do what I do, and I'm trying to make a living. I went on there and I did it. And a lot of people who I respect, including Howard and Howard's honest, man. If Howard thought I sucked, he would say I sucked.
Howard didn't even see it, right?
Howard saw it and listened to it, of course.
He saw it live, or did he see it after the show was on?
No, he saw it afterwards. But he watched it. He watched the whole thing. And look at it. Chris, look at it. Buck is laughing when I'm doing his father. They cut to the audience. They're not laughing in a fake way. Michael Irvin's now. Both of the kids next to me are laughing, Chris. I know you don't like it, but look, we have a difference in opinion. I apologize to Mike. I did what I had to do. I'm trying to make a living here, brother. I'm trying to avoid becoming a longshoreman again. And I tell you what, I'll keep doing it if it sells books, but not just because of that, because it's true to whatever. You want to call me an artist? I don't think I am, but I'm true to this the way Richard Pryor was true to his honest comedy. I will always do this, and I'll always listen to you, Russo. I won't bother you again. I love you. I'm going to keep listening.
Right.
Thanks for taking my call.
Artie feels bad now.
Artie was feeling bad, and is it true Mike Francesco really had to buy 3 seats at the stadium?
Well, it's expensive, too.
Right.
Like $2,000 to see.
Well, there you go. I mean, you must be a little bit worn out, huh?
I am, Howard.
You're yelling and screaming and
I
carrying
feel
on.
a fraction of what it must be like to be you when you get a lightning rod of stuff. Like
Well,
it's like but the New York Times called me. I mean, there's a war on.
You're like Crazy Alice. You're yelling and screaming on all these radio shows.
Well, I mean, again,
So-
I would never.
Has he become Crazy Artie?
Crazy Artie.
Shut the fuck up, crazy motherfucker! Fuck you, motherfucker! Chris Russo, fucking cocksucker! Chris, you ain't no Italian. You ain't no Italian. Fuck you, half Fred.
Dick, don't you?
You suck dick, don't you?
I'm leaving that cocksucker.
Listen, Howard, I wouldn't have
This is
called.
what,
I wouldn't have called if Tim asked me to call.
What I thought was really wild was that HBO now, on their website, bleeped the entire thing. Like
Oh, they have bleeps in it?
They're uptight about the language that was used.
I
which-
guess their sports area is where they don't curse.
I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I think they want to be, they're a little schizophrenic, as you said. They want to be a bunch of different things, HBO Sports and HBO Regular, and, they're the dirty channel.
Here's the crazy thing, Howard, and I've said this before on the air. I am such a fan of HBO Sports. Their documentaries, Thrill in Manila, like they are. Liev Schreiber does all of the narration. They did a thing about the Oakland A's and the Raiders in the '70s. It's one of my favorite things ever. I own it. I love HBO Sports. I love Bob Costas.
They don't love you.
But they don't love me. So there's a lot of people I love who don't love me, by the way.
Right.
But anyway, let me just say, and I told this to the New York Times last night. Here's exactly what Ross Greenberg said to me, okay? And I'll tell you what Joe Buck said to me, too. And there's witnesses to this. He said it in front of a few people. And he's not going to like this, and I don't agree with this, but this is what he said. He said, look, Art, with a big smile on his face. Ross Greenberg.
Okay.
With a big smile on his face, he comes up to me and he goes, listen, man, if these two guys get boring, you go in there and put in some energy, and you know you're the cleanup guy, you know.
Right.
And he said if these two guys get boring, you know,
right.
And Paul Rudd, who is a talented guy, and you know,
Greenberg claims that what he meant. By
I didn't say go nuts.
Right.
I said go nuts. That was right. He didn't say go nuts. He said
give
if these two guys give him some energy. Now Joe Buck in the green room in front of a bunch of people said to me, "Listen, give it to me, man. Let me have it."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said, "Let me have it, man. That's what this is
like
about."
Like roast him, kind of.
Yeah. Well, no, he just said, "Let me have it." I don't know what I mean. And so if you say that to me on HBO, what does he think's going to happen?
I don't know.
I guess you're right. The first thing was a little strong. But then I made. I told a touching story about how much I love his father.
Right. Well, you know, listen, you.
Everybody forgot that, Artie.
I know.
That's right, Art. I was reading a guy named Tommy Craig's column in the. I think this is from Miami, but I don't know. I don't know where he just writes. He writes a column, and he said that he thought that Joe Buck's phony outrage over Joe Buck's show is ridiculous, that having Artie on
He invited Artie.
He invited Artie. Artie was wild, and that's what they could have expected. And Joe Buck now distancing himself from his own show is sort of a wild thing in itself, that this is your show, and you kind of wanted this, and now you're conveniently saying you didn't want it. HBO took Artie's appearance off of YouTube, and they had it removed.
YouTube?
Yeah, off of YouTube because they had it removed. I didn't hear the rest of these, though. There's a couple other shows, I guess, that commented on Artie. This is the Dan Patrick radio show from here at Sirius, I guess.
Well, I guess that, you know, Gary's happy because they stopped talking about the pitch.
Yeah.
Well, at least I did something manly. No, I was offensive.
Before we dive into Brett Favre's appearance last night on the Joe Buck show, the Joe Buck / Artie Lang show on HBO.
It's a good show, the Favre, and then the nice piece on David Wright, and then that great segment with Paul Rudd, who's hysterical, and Artie Lang, and some guy.
Paul Rudd wasn't hysterical.
Well, he only had 2 words.
Paul Rudd was there?
Yeah, I think he said, "Hi, Joe," and that was it.
It was a hijacking last night.
Yes, it was.
Brutal.
Yes, it was.
Brutal but transfixing TV.
I was not turning the channel. There's no doubt about that, but I've never felt more uncomfortable or sorry for a host in my entire life. Oh.
But what do you expect with Artie Lang? This is a comedian with Howard Stern, and Artie's off heroin, and if you listen to the show, Artie never shuts up anymore. He's got 1,000 things to say, and I think he probably got on and said, hey, you know what? This is kind of boring here. Let me liven this up.
Exactly.
He pulled a Howard, like when Howard did that to Arsenio Hall, and he's done it to other places, but they went to him, and the first thing he said to Joe Buck, I can't even come close to repeating on the air, but poor Joe looked like, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, he was shell-shocked.
Yeah, I think that he, and probably had his family there. That's a big thing. It's his first show. It's HBO. He wants to get into the entertainment field. And I can host one of these shows. And
some producer in the back room in the early planning was like, you know what? Why don't we go a little crazy? Let's get a guy a little risque. How about Artie Lang?
That Artie Lang, I hear all the kids like him.
Yeah, it'll be great.
He's edgy. Yeah, that'll be good. But I think what he made the mistake of maybe waking Artie up a little bit. And he started to give him a little bit of grief. You, as a host, you got to be careful if you're going to pick your battles with a comedian, a stand-up comedian who's just going to fire back. I mean, Artie's used to doing this every single day of his life. And I think that's where Joe found out, especially the websites that Joe apparently goes.
Joe's 10 and 15-year-old sons, by the way, were in the audience.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I wasn't told that.
Oh, dear.
Why would that have mattered?
Well, you know what?
You know
Maybe.
what? They're a little less innocent today.
Lang, you would have thought that he went on kicking and screaming, like he didn't want to go on the show. That's the feeling I got. It's like, I don't want to be here. and I'm just going to start taking shots. I'm bored. I'm going to start taking shots.
And the funniest part was he just says some really off-color stuff for about 2 minutes, and he goes, but, Joe, I love your father. He's a great broadcaster, one of the best, old-school guy, didn't take any BS, and starts complimenting his father, but still throwing in swear words as he's complimenting him.
I thought it was Joey Buttafuoco when I first tuned in. I did. I saw Artie. I went, is that? It's Artie. I thought it was Joey Buttafuoco there.
Hey, Marie, you're on the air in El Paso.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
I love you.
Love you.
I just wanted to say, Artie, because I was a big Jackie fan, and so Artie's kind of humor, it's always been something that I don't really get or I don't really understand, but it's always kind of been like he's not really himself, and I think it was the drugs. And I've been in rehab. I've just been out of rehab for like a month. And I know exactly what he's going through because, like, I'm now myself, like being a bitch and, like, shouting at people. And you know what I mean? You're being yourself, Artie. And that's what I really, really appreciate about your humor now, is that you're being honest. And that's what makes it really funny.
Okay.
No,
I guess
she likes you.
That was a weird turn, but thank you, sweetie.
She back into it.
I wonder how many times HBO will rerun this disgraceful episode.
I don't know. It sounds like they're bleeping it, but it is on their website. It's still there.
I know it's bleeped somewhere. Some people write me letters now about this whole thing,
and can I say something?
I'm trying
else?
to understand it, and I think somewhere it's bleeped, and YouTube took it off. That's what I know.
I don't know why YouTube would take it off, but
they don't take anything off.
HBO had it removed from YouTube somehow.
They don't want people seeing the unbleeped version.
Yeah. One
other thing about my intent, I was excited to be invited to that. That's a big deal for me. And a live HBO. It is for an HBO. I mean, I got a book out. It's an HBO show. Brett Favre and Michael Irvin are Hall of Fame guys. Or Favre will be. And, I didn't go there to do anything but try to make the show good and be funny. Joe Buck was very nice to me. He's a big fan of this show, and I didn't go on and try to hijack anything.
What was it like after you, when you were leaving? Did he shake your hand?
He shook my hand and said, "Great job, man. That was great." And
you weren't ushered out by cops or anything like that.
I mean, look, every one of the crew guys hugged me and said that was the greatest thing ever. I mean,
Joe Buck himself. What did Greenberg do?
I didn't see Greenberg on the way out. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, so I left.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know I had to stay an extra half hour for the internet thing. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, but I stayed. And again, I would never say this except to defend myself. But if you got Paul Rudd and Jason on the phone, the two guys.
They thought it was funny.
Who were with me.
Yes.
Paul looked at me and said, "Do you realize how amazing what you just did was?"
Well, maybe we'll try to get this going. We'll try to call Paul Rudd.
I believe Artie. I don't think I need to call Paul Rudd.
You don't?
I believe
I would like to hear everybody's take on this.
You need to hear it all. Marianne, why don't we have everyone in the world call it? Marianne from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Artie, don't you have anything better to do than call a lame radio show?
What do you mean? He's promoting a book.
He's calling Mike and all these shows.
No, he called Mad Dog because
Mad Dog to promote his book?
Tim asked him to do it.
Oh, but Howard, can I ask you something? Do you think that Artie using your name like Howard said it throughout this whole thing, are you upset about that, or it doesn't really matter to you?
No, Artie works with me, and he's quoting things that I said. I said I thought it was funny.
No, I'm talking about on the shows, like he says, Artie's my boss, and Howard's my boss, and I'm only going to listen to Howard, and I only listen to the great Howard. That's what he keeps saying, almost like you're his father figure, and he's got to put it out there like you have to protect him.
No, I think it's a way of him saying that he works with me and respects my opinion.
Well, that's nice. I have to say one more thing. It's not such a big deal, Artie. Life goes on, you know what? And you should just, chill out because you're trying to be in, rehab and stuff. So everybody does have a life, so we should all move on. Love you, Howard.
All right, Marianne.
I am chill. I'm very calm. This.
I read a lot in the internet and stuff, and it seems like that man you're talking about, he said that he really wanted to kick you off, but because he promoted it so much, he wasn't going to do that, and that you were supposed to give energy and not that kind of raunchy, crazy behavior, because I think the reason...
All right, very interesting. David, go ahead. You're on in Toronto.
I just want to tell Artie, he's like a road that's been paved twice. Retard. You are less Italian than you are funny. I think you should concentrate on that. And the title of your new book, if you understand Italian, should be Chabot. It means fat little fuck.
Well, not an Artie fan.
I don't understand what he
said. Sounds more like I think this is Mr. Greenberg on the phone.
He did a great joke. You hear him? A paved road, retard.
Retard.
Yeah,
right.
no, I just
That was a good one. That's funny, man. Can I use that one?
Howard's my boss.
Yeah,
you
right.
can use that one.
Thanks, buddy.
You can use that one, and maybe you'll get a laugh.
Right. I never get laughs.
People laugh because
I never get laughs.
Doesn't mean you're funny.
Oh, okay. What would mean you're funny? People not laughing?
No, it would mean people laughing because you said something that was actually humorous, not belligerent.
Oh,
people
okay.
laugh out of.
Yeah,
being
that's
uncomfortable
a lot of your detractors are saying you've become very angry and belligerent.
Oh, okay.
That you used to be sweet Artie, and now you're vicious Artie.
Okay, well,
I thought that the Joe Buck thing was entertaining. Now, I don't know. I don't even believe everyone's carrying on like this.
I can't believe it
was
either.
Very
Yeah.
controversial. We had no idea that they would be debating this all over everybody's ear.
Listen, if I was on there with Barack Obama, I would not have said what I said.
You
Okay.
said it was a setting where you felt comfortable enough to do your thing.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm
Well,
sorry, guys.
Now, were you excited by all this, or were you upset by it? What happened yesterday in your life? Were you turned on by all of the attention, or were you turned off to this?
I have to admit, Howard, I was turned on by it.
You liked it. You
Yeah.
liked all the attention.
It's exciting. I mean,
Did Team Lang come together and say this was a good thing?
I haven't met Team Lang.
Did you discuss this with your agent? Did you discuss it?
They
with
all
your...
think it's great.
They
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
what I was talking about.
Because
That's Team Lang.
the book apparently
doing well.
went through the roof.
So that's what you want.
Yeah. The
So
book,
you got what you needed.
Well, I mean, it's publicity,
Right.
And
So you weren't having any sort of second thoughts about it, doubts?
No.
You feel good about your appearance there, and
Howard, listen, all I can go by is I've done a lot of talk shows, okay?
Right.
And I've done 1,000 of these shows and whatever, and I've done a lot of things in front of an audience. I thought it was great.
Right. So that's all you have to worry about.
And
Why
I've been
defend
on
yourself?
and I've been on before, and I've thought I've been bad too.
Why?
You know?
Why defend yourself? That's what you've got to do in therapy. You got to say,
Right.
"Listen,
Well-
I thought it was great. That's what I did. I stand by it."
Well,
that's it.
People are.
Don't get affected by everyone's opinion.
I'm not affected by it.
Good.
Really, I'm sort of just sitting here, and people are coming to me. People called me. Tim called me and asked me to call Russo.
Let me ask you
I look, and everyone gets into this business because you want attention, and of course I was turned on by
I
it.
was glad to hear you say you were a narcissist. I think your numbers would be higher this week than mine.
I'm a
I think
narcissist. Absolutely.
he might be higher than you.
Yeah, you might be a little above a 34.
Right.
Robin, look, anyone who gets into comedy, think about what a comedian says to the rest of the world. Look, guys, I don't only think I'm interesting and funny. I think people will pay to fucking hear me. I mean, of course I'm a narcissist.
But I was going to ask you something. You would never go to your therapist to evaluate a performance, would you?
No, I wouldn't. But I might go to my therapist to understand why I'd care so much. Right.
I see. Okay.
Right. In other words, when I go into therapy, I have had issues where I care what everyone thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And we get into that. Why care
Oh,
about...
that's a different issue. I thought you were saying maybe you should talk to your therapist about, whether this was funny or not. And that's not what you're going to
No,
do.
I think Artie needs to deal in therapy with a lot of issues. This isn't one of them.
Right. What would he be talking about in relation to this, though?
His anger, he is lashing out at anyone who criticizes him, which is understandable. But the anger is so off the wall.
Crazy.
Well, you know what?
It's crazy that it's making his life like
a little bit unlivable.
And I would guess, if I may play shrink here, that all of this excitement, all of this fighting with everyone, all of this turmoil is keeping Artie from really getting to the things that bother him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let me
You're
see.
keeping himself busy.
Let
You're
me
100%
say
correct.
Right.
Something about that, though. I remember going through an anger phase
Yes, I remember that
in the
phase.
few months that I did therapy.
Yeah.
And then
therapy.
cured yourself.
Before I quit.
Right. Before you declared you were cured. Yes.
And that's one thing that happens. A lot of your unexpressed anger just rises to the surface, and it is a little bit uncontrollable at the beginning.
Oh, it's horrible. And what is that famous quote by Richard Nixon, like, your enemies only win if you get mad, because then you destroy yourself. You
Right.
know? And, look, Howard's right. I have anger in me that's tremendous, and it's about a bunch of things. And thank God I found a therapist that I like. Like, I really like. I call him on the phone when I can't see him, if I'm on the road. So I'm working on it, man.
I believe that you need to be in therapy 5 days a week for now.
Okay.
No, I'm not making a joke.
I don't understand. Is it structured therapy? What are we talking about?
It's a psychotherapy, I believe, that Artie is involved with.
It's intense.
And it's...
But is it structured? Like, we see each other on this day at this
It's
hour?
twice a week based on his schedule and mine.
Based on...
Based on,
you don't have a set appointment?
In the beginning of the week, he'll say, I have this day and this day, and I'll say, okay, let's do it that way.
What about locking into 3 or 4 times a week at a set time?
I'll bring that up to him today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the move because
I think you could, get through this a lot easier, maybe dispel a lot of that anger
I think he's
in therapy.
I think I'll get through a lot of money, too.
Well, that, too. We can run through that.
You're right. No, listen,
getting better does cost money.
If I could tell you,
investment in you,
if I could tell you what I spent on heroin, it
pales in comparison.
Way less.
What'd you spend a week on heroin? Would you say? I mean, there's no exact number, I'm sure.
A week?
When you really were at your worst.
At my worst? Yeah. Well, I read once that that Yoko Ono and John Lennon in the 70s were spending $5,000 a week on heroin. In the 70s.
That was the 70s.
Yeah, and I think, but you see, here's the thing. I was having it delivered because I was afraid to be seen going.
So there's a surcharge?
Well, absolutely.
It's like McDonald's. If they could deliver it to your house, they have to charge you something.
And these
Pizza
were
Hut,
these were guys that I would overpay because I was afraid. I don't want them mad at all. You know. And I'll give you the most I ever spent in 1 week.
Go ahead.
Probably. You know what? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, not because there's a bunch of issues here.
Oh.
By the way, I mean, how often do you have to have it delivered?
About twice a day. No,
Is that true?
No. A couple times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
How long does the delivery person hang out? Do they just deliver and then leave? Like
you don't have to hang with them.
Hang out with them?
Sometimes it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes they use bad language. Sometimes Ross Greenberg will say, look, you're Artie's heroin dealer. If it gets boring, try to mix it up a little bit. And they completely misread him.
Does the delivery person ever, once in a while, hand you the bag and then, pull it away real quick and, just fuck with you?
No, they don't want to. They want the money, so,
They don't want to tease you with it?
That doesn't happen.
You're not in any mood to pull back the money, are you?
No, I'm not.
So when somebody, maybe let's put it this way, see if you can answer this. When somebody's habit is bad, what generally would they spend a week?
Well, here's the thing.
5,000 sounds incredible.
I never shot it.
Right.
I believe John and Yoko were shooting it. You go through it way quicker.
Right.
So, I would say even adjusting $5,000 a week now would be a shitload of money to pay for heroin because heroin's cheap.
Could you have spent $7,500 a week?
No.
No, not that much.
He's saying he didn't go that way.
No, he didn't go that way.
It's cheaper.
Well, it's like I never smoked cocaine either.
Right.
For some reason, I had these levels, and I was at parties where
there was times you were afraid to go that.
Yeah, because I would have
level.
lived in that bottle,
Right.
and I was at parties where I was handed a pipe,
Right.
I just said no to that somehow because I thought that was another level. And if you smoke coke, God, the money just goes because then you just get rid of it so quick.
Do you think you're insane?
On some level, sure.
You do.
I mean,
qualified. Are you insane?
Do you think you're insane?
No, I don't think I'm insane.
In other words, do you think you have a death wish?
Oh.
Which would be insanity.
I think, yes, I know that.
Right.
I think at one time I might have, but not anymore.
All right, good. All right, well, that's good to hear.
Well, listen, Howard, I tried to
you,
commit
Howard.
suicide. Howard.
Right. So are you insane?
No, I think I was at one point, but I'm not.
Now you're
but listen, I'm not trying to be wah here, but the pain that I went through, the darkness of seeing my father the way he was,
right,
was so traumatizing to me. And my father asked me to kill him once a week.
right.
And he was my best friend, and we did everything together. And when we played catch, my hand would hurt from how hard he threw the ball. And the last 4 years of his life, I had to wipe his nose.
Let me ask
And
you something,
and you know, it just it really was something I couldn't get out of my head, and I never went to therapy for it. And my mother always looked tired. You know, she would set her while
But
working.
let me
as
ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, I'm just trying to answer
Your father, no, I hear you. Your father exhibited a lot of bad behavior.
Yes.
You described a story that I thought was almost too outrageous to believe that he would, install, phony cable.
But never did drugs or
Right.
drank or anything,
Right.
which is weird. And he never gambled. It was weird.
Do you think a lot of your outrageous behavior is an attempt to be like your dad?
Absolutely.
It is.
1,000.
Because you admire him so much that all of his negative behaviors you think are good.
You could not be more correct. My father would tell me stories about how he used to fool around in school and get in trouble. And that absolutely made me want to do that.
So you
Well,
think,
wait a minute.
So
We
you
were
think that
on-
being a real man is behaving outrageously or
Probably.
badly?
Well, no, not bad. But you see, because in a lot of ways, I'm a good man, Howard.
I'm not accusing you of being a bad man. You're a good-hearted guy.
Yeah, but
do you think outrageous and bad behavior
is manly?
Is manly?
Sure, in a way there is. But I'm older now. I used to think that. I realize now, of course. I mean, listen, the stuff I do on an HBO
No, I'm not
show.
talking about, forget HBO.
Right, okay.
I'm not talking about HBO. I'm talking about
You're talking about his life,
I'm talking
yeah.
about your life. I'm talking about doing outrageous things. Some stuff that you don't even talk about here.
I think I'm mature enough now to realize that that's wrong. But for a long time, I thought that was what a man was. Absolutely.
Let me ask you something, though, because we were on the conversation about insanity.
Right.
And insanity is not regulatable.
That's right.
Okay? You can't control. That's what insanity is.
That's why I asked the question, because insanity means you're insane. It means, in other words,
it means you
there's
don't have a choice.
The only way that you can recover from it, if you want to call it a recovery, is to be medicated.
Right. You have to be controlled outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
So
you can't say, today I'm not insane.
Right. So
you are. If you're insane, that's it.
there's no
cure.
I was insane yesterday.
No, there isn't.
That temporary insanity defense. What do you think of that?
That's why I asked you if you think you're insane, because...
Well, do you think I'm insane?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that something's going on where my recommendation, and I don't say this lightly, the reason I said you should be in therapy 4 or 5 days a week is to find out what's really going on with you. That
Right.
You should know what's going on with you.
Right.
In other words, you're an older guy with the heroin and stuff. That's dangerous stuff. I mean, you're playing with fire.
I understand.
And I love you, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I know you do, Howard.
So the thing is that if you are insane, let's assume you are, they can medicate you.
Right.
And if they medicate you, you'll have a good life. There are many people I know in my personal life who are, mentally ill. And people go shocked when you hear, mental illness. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, let me hit fuzzy
I don't
health.
want anything bad to happen to you. So if you are mentally ill, they should medicate you. If you're not, then you got to get to the bottom of this anger.
But let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something.
Right. Because you tried to commit suicide, and that scares me.
But I tried to commit suicide because I had just done coke for 3 days and I ran out of it. And
so you might not be insane.
I don't think I am.
But taking coke for 3 days is insane.
I know. But so everyone who does coke for 3 days, there's a lot of people who do that. I mean,
and they're not all insane.
I don't think I'm insane. I don't think I'm insane.
Artie, sometimes the drug taking is an attempt at self-medicating because
of course it
of
is.
insanity.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, all right.
That could be behind the drug use,
But okay, and that's
it could be. I'm not a
completely
doctor.
understandable.
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand that.
Right.
But I'm not on any medication right now.
Right.
And for a couple of weeks on the show, I really was out of my mind, ruining interviews and shit.
Right.
And do you feel I've made an adjustment there?
No.
No?
No. You've made some adjustment, but not
Well,
really.
some adjustment.
Not really. No. I don't think so.
But some adjustment.
Some.
Right.
Right.
So
I think you're having a hard time controlling yourself.
I'm going towards the.
Yeah. I think you're doing better. I just think that what I'm worried about.
That's on my own. So, and I'm going to keep and listen. I will keep trying to do that.
There's something going on though that concerns me. That in doing your own rehab, I think you're going through a tremendous difficulty right now. You came off heroin, which
Right.
I applaud you, and I think is unbelievable. I mean, an amazing feat, because anyone who understands addiction That ain't easy.
Oh, no.
This is the hardest thing you're going through.
It's not just the drug.
And I don't think you even know inside of you how, forget the physical addiction,
Right.
the psychological addiction. That emptiness now, that void that isn't filled, has to be filled some other way.
Well, it's the Charlie Parker quote. They can get it out of your blood, but they can't get it out of your brain.
Right. When you're
But
an
not only
addictive person.
that, whatever you were taking it for, you're now subject to having to control
right.
or
You're
face.
feeling
Yeah.
things, thoughts are creeping in that
Absolutely.
the heroin would dampen. In a way, you were medicating whatever it is that's bugging you, whether it is insanity, whether it's just the death of your father, whether it's the combination of everything that goes on in the pressures of your life. Whatever is going on now, you're starting to feel.
Right.
And I think
That's a hell of a thing to have to go through on your own.
I know I have trouble negotiating my feelings. That's why I'm there 3 days a week. I can't imagine what it's like for you coming off heroin. That's why I'm saying.
Well, I am going. I'm going, and it's 2 days a week now. But I'll tell the guy I want more. I believe you, Howard.
I'm telling you. I think that I'm worried because, listen, you're a dear friend. But aside from working with you, forget the work. I'm talking about you're a good-hearted human being and a good man and a funny guy and a talented guy. And I think that this is a lot of pressure you're going through right now.
It is.
I recognize that.
Thank you.
But you got to get assistance. I mean, you got to find out what's going on inside of you because no one can do that on their own. Very few people, unless you're, so self-evolved that you can figure out what's going on.
And I'm not.
And I'm not either. So I'm not trying to set myself as an expert.
And there are some people who it's just a drug thing and they just get off the drugs and they're fine. But if the drug was something to cover up something else.
Sure it was.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
You see, let me tell you something. Well, this is why I enjoy therapy now, and it's working. Just this conversation makes me feel better.
Right.
It does,
Because
and I appreciate it.
Right. Well,
because
people care about you.
because it's with people I respect.
Right.
Okay, and I respect this guy a lot.
Good.
And God, is he a wise soul? And
But here's the other thing. You also tend to turn everybody into either they're the greatest or the
the
shittiest.
worst. All right.
He's a man.
I understand.
He's got expertise in this area.
Right.
He's going to sit with you. Some days you're going to hate him. Some days you're going to love him.
Right.
But he knows what he's doing. I know the guy's credentials. 'Cause,
Yes.
Yeah, I was involved with that.
I know the guy's address. He better know what he's doing.
Right. He better because there's a lot of money going on.
Yeah,
But as I said when you were first talking about it, it's a commitment you have to make to go through the rough patches
Yeah. It
and
ain't gonna
this
be easy.
lovely honeymoon.
Right. This is
thing
a
that's
honeymoon
going
phase.
on here.
I went to my psychiatrist and I said, I can't fucking stand this anymore. I don't want to be here. I want to get out. And by the end of the session, I felt great. So it was like, you're always going to have those feelings you want to get away from therapy.
Right.
I just say, look, who the hell knows what's going on? You've had a volatile past, the horror of your father, as you point out, and who knows what else went on there. You might have blocked out a lot of shit that you don't even know really what went on.
Well, I mean, I can tell you for one thing, I was never abused in any way.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
mean
no,
that.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no. That
saying
does
that.
nothing.
I mean,
to do with
I know. I'm
anything.
just saying.
Me neither. I mean, look at us. Who's going to abuse us? No one's attracted to us.
Abuse comes in many colors.
Believe me, I wish someone would have abused
No,
me.
I'm just
At least
saying.
I
I
would have
just
paid attention.
and anybody can formulate an opinion on what you just said. I just want to make sure I was not
I'm
abused.
not talking about abuse.
Right, I understand.
And
you're right,
If
a lot-
anything, my abuse was people ignored me because of the way
That
I
was
looked.
terrible for you.
Right. I wish someone would have touched me inappropriately.
I
Nobody
want to be
did.
abused.
So
What's wrong
anyway,
with me?
listen.
Right.
This is a topic for off the air, but the fact of the matter is.
So let's do it on.
Let's do it on. No. What I'm saying
So
is.
much better on.
No, I
imagine
appreciate
even
this.
this episode with Joe Buck.
Right.
While I believe it was, television for me, anything goes. I'm not uptight. But I have a feeling even this weighs on you more heavily than you even know. Mm-hmm. That this is a lot of attention all of a sudden.
It is.
And there's a lot of pressure in it. Even the way, like, you're trying to convince this sports guy
Russo.
that you
Russo,
were funny.
Mad Dog.
You're
convincing the Mad Dog.
You're caught
I'm
up.
turning into the man.
You're caught up in a lot here, and there's a lot going on top of which you're running around the country promoting this book, doing stand-up.
It's a crazy month. Right
and you
now.
just got off heroin. So
it's nuts.
I'm saying this whole schedule sounds crazy to me. Everything about this sounds crazy to me.
Right.
Is what I'm saying to you. And, there's got to be time also to just sit down, relax, get in touch with your thoughts.
You're right.
And
Read a
really
book.
focus on yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see that happening here. I see a lot of busyness to keep you busy to keep you off of the heroin.
Off of Artie.
Yeah. Keep you away from it. Keep you off Artie. Keep you off heroin. Keep you off whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
There's a lot of running around. There's a lot of energy going on here. And I'm just,
a lot of distractions is what they call it.
And I hope the psychiatrist will sit with you and try and sort of say, hey, Artie, slow down. Learn to say no to a few things.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, because I called him from L.A., and he's like, well, where are you going? Like, I told him my schedule.
Right.
And up until July 1st, it is crazy.
And even with this show, it's like not everything has to happen at once. Like I always say to Artie, this is a long haul. We have another year and a half. Let's slow it down. Let's just take it easy. There's a lot of panic and pressure here going on. And I worry about you. And I've said this to you off the air, and I'll say it to you on the air. You're a friend, a dear friend. You're a good-hearted man. And I hope the audience doesn't forget that because, a lot of people are saying they hear Artie's anger. They hear he's vicious right now. You're a good guy. You're a good-hearted soul. And I know that about you. But I'm hoping and praying that you do take some time for yourself. Sit down. Yeah, okay, so you don't go away and do stand-up for a week, and it's going to cost you money for not doing stand-up, but
who cares?
I'd rather you spend the money,
Right,
go to a shrink, and sit there and talk about yourself, even until you're sick of talking about yourself, till you break through, until you get to understand what's going on, and let him understand who you are.
Right.
Because if the theory is that you're insane, good, get medicated. That's easy. That they can fix. If it's not insanity that you're doing this to yourself.
Howard makes this all. Not everybody is capable of dealing with the medication either.
That's right.
It's not that easy.
No, what I'm saying is this is complicated. So what I'm saying is, I don't think Artie's insane.
I don't either.
But I'm saying is, go get
if I was insane, Howard, I don't think you'd keep me here. I mean,
you don't know that for sure, Artie. I've seen him hire insane people.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sitting 2 feet from him every day.
They couldn't keep the job.
Insane people, listen.
Right.
I'm being dramatic for purposes on the air, but the fact of the matter is, we don't know what's going on inside of you, nor do you.
You know what? You're right.
I don't know what's going on inside of me.
That's what's scary.
I'm having somebody diagnose me and help me.
And you know what? And for years, I pushed that away, and now I'm embracing it.
All right, there you go.
And it's a lot of credit goes to you for that, man, and I appreciate it. You found the guy, and I love the guy.
Well, Artie, as important as all of this is.
Yeah, but the one thing I would like to say is, because I much like Artie, I am fascinated by people who are out of control, because he's always talking about, his hero, Keith Richards and John Belushi, and, every hero he has, Charlie Parker, they're all crazy. And, and they were literally insane.
That's right.
And I was watching that Hunter S. Thompson thing, or Thomas, whatever his name
Hunter
was.
S.
Thompson.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Well, I wasn't watching that. I was watching a documentary
about him.
Yeah. And the man's brilliant, but he's in pain every day of his life. And he's taking these drugs to try to get out of his own head. And eventually, it took a long time, but he eventually killed himself. And it was like, that's what I worry about with Artie, is the darkness.
That's right.
That severe.
Well, that's why it has to be diagnosed.
Well, and you can't
get diagnosed in a day on something like that. So
Hunter S. Thompson, I believe, blew his head off at the age of 60 because that's the exact age Hemingway did. I think he said Hemingway blew his head off when he was 60, and that's what I'm going to do. Believe me, guys, I promise you, I'm not in that place. I'm not there.
All right.
I'm not
That's
there.
good.
I'm far from it, as a matter of fact. I might be annoying, but I'm happy.
By the way, as important as all of this is, there's something more important to discuss. Everybody is here for the Bang My Dad update.
By the way, I saw these people. This was so funny. I saw them on the street yesterday as I'm driving. The 2 daughters and the father, and he had a smile on his face.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happened right after this. Let's take a break. Everybody calm down.
Wow, that was a rough hour, man.
Well, listen, you're the toast of the town. You're the man of the hour.
I don't even care about that shit. I mean, I appreciate the last 10 minutes here, but... I promise you, I'm doing better, and I'm working on everything really hard because I want to be alive forever now.
Yes.
And I got a second chance. The doctor told me I'm lucky to be healthy. I always thought I was going to die from health issues, and he said, no, if you can control your anger and stuff and not destroy yourself, you'll be around for a long time.
You might actually live.
And I want to live for a long time.
Well, that's good news.
All right.
Not to everybody on the Stern Fan Network, but I do want to live for a long time.
Right. The Stern Fan Network wants everyone dead.
It is weird that it's getting this much attention, though. I mean, Joe Buck, if he pretends to be upset about this, I really think it's It's stupid, but again, I don't want to show any anger.
There was one line in that whole thing, and it happened to be the very first line,
Right,
that maybe Artie would take back or change it, make it a little less...
I wouldn't take it back because it got a reaction. But Scott's right. It was strong. But if you take that line out, I don't think there's that much of a deal right now.
Yeah,
But I mean, look, I said the jizz line during the internet part.
Well, listen to that.
Maybe we're desensitized because where we work, but I tell you, we all fucking laughed.
And everyone in the crowd was laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear me bomb? I didn't bomb.
No.
You know, Ross Greenberg did not return our phone call.
Of course not. Ross Greenberg, I don't think is operating on a ton of brain power.
Hey, I'm Kathy Griffin. I'm here to visit Howard and the gang today. I'm promoting season 3, my Emmy-nominated show, My Life on the D-List, as well as my new special, which premieres tonight called Everybody Can Suck It, where I make fun of celebrities and things in my life and things in others' lives. And I'm here to talk to the gang. I haven't seen them in a while. So
it has been a little bit.
Yeah.
And he likes to mix it up with you and talk celebrities. Do you have some good stories or some insight to give him?
I think I do. Yeah, I have lots of good stories and insights, my own celebrity run-ins, as well as Paris Hilton's mugshot on the cover of the New York Post.
You've got to be loving that.
I love it. It's huge, and it's a beautiful color photo with full hair and makeup. And hair off to one side, which, Mel Gibson didn't think to do.
All right, Kathy, have fun with Howard today.
Thanks, I will.
Where's Kathy Griffin these days?
She's what?
What?
She's asking to come in because she's got to leave at 8:30.
Oh, tell her to just cooler jets. What's her problem? See Kathy Griffin's stand-up special, Everybody Can Suck It, tonight at 9 o'clock on Bravo, followed by the premiere of Kathy's show, My Life on the D-List, at 10 o'clock. I can't believe that show's still on the air, My Life on the D-List.
Yeah, this is, I think, the 3rd or 4th season.
Very successful. I thought it would only last one season, Kathy, and here you are in your 3rd season.
She can't even be calling herself D-List anymore. She has a successful show.
It's Emmy-nominated,
Wow.
in fact. Hi.
Boy, you look good.
What's up?
Hi, everybody.
How's your eyes?
Hi. I met your doctor.
Yes.
Dr. Ronnie?
I'm going to be honest. She doesn't look professional. She's on her laptop.
Yeah.
She's on her laptop, and she kept asking me the date. You just click on that button. It gives you the date. She's
She doesn't know how
online.
to do that. She says she's on the computer all the time. She should know where to find the date.
But she's doing one-line emails, I noticed. Like, she's not
Yeah.
writing long letters. It's a lot of one-line emails. How's that working out?
This is day 2.
She's detoxing. Have you ever detoxed? Do you ever go for these kind of wild diets like Robin does? She's drinking juice.
I can't
and
stick
tea.
to them. Where
No.
2 days, and then I'm excited to have one good BM, and I move on.
Well, Dr. Ronnie is now living with Robin for the next 2 weeks and shadowing her every move and preparing
Why do
drinks.
I think this is your idea? This sounds
This
like
is-
something you would come up with
No.
to torture poor Robin, who does nothing but love you.
If I did this to Robin, she would sue me for torture. But she
Dr.
does
Ron,
it to herself.
have a case.
Dr. Ronnie's writing a lot of one-sentence emails like, money's in the safe behind tennis ball art.
And Artie, I'm very upset about what is your sojourn that you're going on? What
My
kind
what?
of journey is this?
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Howard just rolled his eyes right
he
at
wants
me.
out. I ain't saying nothing. Do it. Artie's got to do what Artie's got to do. Do your thing.
What? So
Am I here? Can I speak?
Yeah.
he's getting very confrontational in his
Oh,
sojourn.
he's angry with me. He says I'm not his
Well,
brother.
yeah,
I mean,
he's-
forget about it.
What?
Yeah, it's just been
He's
horrible.
testy, and he needs
Yeah,
to
they're very
take some
mean.
time at the ashram or something.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Robin-
give him the
Robin
support
is-
that he needs, and you're not being nurturing enough,
I'm the bad
Howard?
one. I'm the
You're
bad
the
one.
You're the good cop, right?
Robin is
I thought
shoving
I was a
fruit
good
up
guy.
her ass, and I am going on a sabbatical.
like a holy man?
Yeah.
You think it's all Howard's fault?
I'm
We're
going-
both in this condition.
Speaking of leaving shows,
I'm going to find God.
so you're being mentioned as the replacement for Rosie O'Donnell. Boy, you wouldn't give your left tit to be that.
Well, I'm actually doing it again today. This is my 3rd time
Have
this
you
week doing
done
it.
this? Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did it last week and the week before.
Now, Barbara Walters has said to you, look, this is an audition of sorts? Or
She hasn't said anything. You know, I live in fear of Barbara. I'm terrified to be in her eye line,
Right.
and I'm terrified to say the wrong thing, perhaps about the Kissinger family, who she probably had dinner with last night.
That's right.
I am terrified of Barbara Walters.
But if you're on The View, they're going to
Yeah.
hire you because you're so outspoken. If you get terrified, then it's going to you're not going to get the job.
See, that's the problem. Is I cannot censor myself.
I heard a rumor that you went to dinner the night that Rosie O'Donnell announced that she was leaving the show. The day of the fight.
I had the best dinner in New York.
Tell me, you are
myself,
really...
Rosie, and Cyndi Lauper went to dinner.
You're kidding.
What about
Cyndi
that?
Lauper.
Yes.
You and Rosie.
Yeah. I'm adjacent to the lesbian mafia.
Well,
I'm not in it.
What did you? Well, Cindy's not a lesbian.
No. But we're both lesbian friendly.
What? Tell me what you heard. Tell me.
I do. I have
you seem
a couple gay genes.
You're in the seems gay
I could
community.
be a hermaphrodite. I've never
I can
really had
believe
it
you
checked.
would do gay stuff. Sure, I would believe
why
that.
not?
Have you ever tried gay stuff?
I haven't.
But
I
you're
have
thinking
never
about
gotten out. Why not? You know, I don't really care anymore.
You know,
So
I feel
could-
bad for. I feel bad for Kathy's ex-husband. I feel like he got the short end of some sort of stick.
How is that possible?
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I like the guy. I grew to like the guy.
He
like
was
on
a
your
very
show.
nice guy. He was.
Is it completely over?
It is. It is.
Because I read on this season of the show you'll be trying to patch up the relationship.
No. No.
You're in season
Is it
2.
I
I'm
heard
sorry.
you. I heard you finally told Larry King.
Yes, I did.
Everything.
I told Larry King some stuff.
Why would you
can't
tell him and not
everything.
me?
You told us you would tell us.
No. Why would you do
Sounds
that?
like the guy used your
here's
ATM
why.
card once to play some cards, and you gave him a heave-ho.
If I once you mean for 2 years systematically, yes, that's
Is that
what
the
happened.
most embarrassing thing when your husband steals money from you?
Yes.
It's got to be. It makes
It's
it feel like
awful.
you were paying the guy to be your...
Exactly, and like he never really loved me, and the whole time I questioned the whole thing. I questioned the wedding day. I questioned every time he said I love you. I questioned
Oh,
the
that
whole thing.
sucks because I like the guy.
He was very, very nice, and
Has
I
he
really
tried-
do wish him well. And
Has he tried to get back with you?
No.
He has
He
not.
really didn't. No. He sent me one email wanting to see the dogs, and that was about
you
it.
ever trust-
So he must have really been in love with me.
Will you ever trust another man again, or do you think that no man can
not
really
really
love you?
I think here's what I'll never do. I'll never get married again.
Right.
Been
Are
there,
you
done
dating?
that. I am dating, and I love dating. I think dating gets a bad rap. And I don't like when women dread dating or think, oh, I'll do anything but date. I
Do you
enjoy
ever fuck
dating.
a guy on the first date?
Yes, of course.
You do.
Absolutely.
You'll put out,
Yes.
and you like that.
Yes, I do
And-
like it.
And you dated some.
And I also don't like that whole thing, like where women don't really want to have sex, and the guys have to like beg them, and the woman has a headache. That's
So you
not my
give it up
experience.
right away.
I give it up as soon as possible, and here's why. I am on the road about 150 nights a year. And I don't have time for the dance. I don't have time for the meet for coffee first and see if we like each other enough for lunch.
We're in the fast lane. Move.
I like to cut to the chase. ABC always be closing.
Your husband got about $72,000 off of you.
Yes.
And by your estimate. So
By
that's-
my estimate,
it's
yeah.
about a-
You got off pretty cheaply.
Okay, I don't understand that. And you know what Larry King says to me?
That's one
He
gig
says,
at the
"What's-"
Borgata.
Right, he says, what's that to you? I said, it's a lot of money.
No, but if it was taken without you knowing it.
Well, that's the thing. And it really, and truly, you can't trust a person who does that again because
right.
Well, don't forget,
over
Larry
like
King used to write bad checks to people, so he probably kind of identified.
That's got to be his wife's like shopping bill at Rodeo Drive for one afternoon.
And she deserves it,
But-
believe me. Could you fuck Larry King if like he was the last man on the planet?
No.
There's no way, right?
No,
There's
I don't
no way
think so.
you could spread your legs for that.
No, but I will tell you, I did a really interesting gig recently. I did the Larry King 50-year anniversary toast. And here's what it was. It was Bill Maher, me, Dr. Phil, who's a fucking tool, by the way. I can't stand that
Worst
asshole.
television show I ever saw.
And
by
he's
the
a
way.
fake doctor. He's
I-
not. He
forget
doesn't
Dr.
help anybody.
I'm not saying Dr. Phil's the worst show. That Larry King
Larry
tribute
King
was
tribute
the worst.
was bad.
Wasn't it awful?
Horrible.
I know. And they called me, and I was so honored. And Jane Fonda was there, who
Right.
I idolized, and it was such great company. And then when they said, "Well, it's just in the little room with the blue dots," and I said, "Well, there's no audience." Well, it's really sort of a toast. And then they said, first they said it was a roast, and then a toast.
It was the cheapest done show I'd ever seen. So
And Bill had
cheaply
to do.
done.
Bill Maher had to do his monologue to nobody.
I know.
He was looking at the camera, and then by the time I got out there, I'm sitting there looking at Dr. Phil, who's of course not laughing at my jokes because he hates me,
Right.
and Jane Fonda, who doesn't know who I am from Adam, and I'm trying to like do jokes. And it was a very bizarre
is a
setup.
rough room.
But let me tell you, the commercial breaks were awesome.
Why?
It all went down in the commercial breaks. Well, first of all, Larry was barely talking to the commercial breaks. And at one point, Suzanne Summers just went, "This is uncomfortable because no one's talking." And I loved her for that. And Larry kept saying, "Sean's got a migraine. I got to get home."
Oh, my
Sean has a migraine.
That's the wife?
Yes.
At his toast?
At his own I mean, you're there working your ass off.
Celine Dion phones in and sings like Titanic.
On
She
the
just phoned-
phone?
Yes.
On the phone?
Yes. And I'm
Jane
excited
Fonda
by
kissed
this.
Larry's ass like uncomfortably,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I tried to watch some of it.
problem?
I don't
was
know. They go
actually
way back.
excited about the Larry King 50th, whatever.
Yeah, because it was a good group of people. Bon Jovi called in and sang live.
But it was an absolutely awfully produced show. It was an insulting.
I never watched it.
I tried to say, look, if you're going to do a roast, you have to do it like Comedy Central with the audience and the people in tuxedos,
You
and
need
somebody's
life.
got to host it and stuff. But I think CNN got scared that people were going to be too tough on Larry or he wouldn't like it. I'm not sure what. But it was really fun to be there, but the commercial breaks were more fun.
Go back to the Rosie O'Donnell story for 1 second.
Okay.
So you're there. Rosie O'Donnell blows up. She decides to leave The View.
Right.
She gets into a
and
big
she
fight.
knew that day, which I didn't know, because I was actually on a plane because I was co-hosting the next day. So I was on a plane. I didn't see the blow up. I only saw it on YouTube, which I found very infuriating to watch, because if you really watch the full 10 minutes, Rosie actually doesn't even talk for like the first 7. You know, it's really Joy sort of saying her list and stuff. And then they go at it. And so I got off the plane. I got calls from People Magazine and the Larry King Show and stuff commenting. And I'm thinking, I don't even know what happened. And then I had dinner with Rosie the next night. And she said she knew as soon as that show was done, she was like, I'm not going back. And I thought maybe she sort of ruminated about it later that night. And by the way, this is all on her blog, so I'm not revealing anything. And here's the other thing. She gives up everything on that blog.
Yeah.
So if the people want the comment about how she feels or this or that,
Why not
it's
just,
all on there.
I'm always shocked by that. Whenever they call me for comment, I comment all day on this show. You could listen in if you got a Sirius satellite and get all the comments you want. I'm not going to go comment on stuff. I'm going to comment here on stuff. That's my
Wait,
job.
are you shocked that she does the blog, or that people don't go on the blog and listen?
Well, that reporters just don't go on the blog and then write down what she says.
Trying to
Exactly.
get you on the phone.
Right. It seems like
she
an
does the
easy
video
thing.
blog, and she writes her haikus, and she really answers every question you could imagine.
So was she yelling and screaming at dinner? Was she all upset? Did she start to talk to you about this at all?
We talked about it. I mean, she and Cindy were drinking mojitos, and I don't drink, so they were. Right. It really was sort of a classic girls' night out. It was
Why
very
don't you
fun.
drink? Do you have a problem?
No, I've never had a drink in my life. I don't care.
Oh, you got to try it. I was stupid like that for a long time, and then
you drink now?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, you guys go to Vegas. And
I drink
get
almost
hammered.
every night now.
Every night. What's your drink of choice?
What do you mean you drink almost every night now?
Except for like when we have to work.
Did you know this?
I know he has a drink, but he's not supposed to drink during the week.
Can you drink on your new diet?
No.
Nothing?
Oh, she does nothing.
I drink what they give me to drink, but no alcohol.
Will there be a change in her behavior since she can't drink now?
Well.
Am I an alcoholic?
No.
She's not.
Are you going to have an edge? That's all I'm asking.
No, she believe me. After 3 days of not eating, she's gonna. I'm worried about her.
That's worse, actually. That makes me crankier than not having any kind of.
So what did you
stimulant.
learn at this dinner? I mean,
Okay, so we go to dinner, and well, here's what we did first. All right, so Rosie was extremely upset, and I said, "What do you want to do?" Because here's the thing: I didn't think she'd want to go out in public. I thought I was going to go to the house in Nyack, and it would be all about private.
Well, you love all this. You love hanging out with
Look at
celebrities.
where you're getting to go. The house in North.
I'm shocked
hold
that
on.
I would
listen to
never
me.
have you to my house because I'd be afraid you'd talk
I
about
know
it.
I'm not invited. I know. Kimmel
Right.
says the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, I have an extremely small, tiny list of celebrities that will be my friend because most of them don't want to. The only celebs I hang out with are Rosie and Joan Rivers. That's it.
But does Rosie O'Donnell say to you, "Hey, Kathy, I'm taking you to my house. Don't
Keep your
fucking,
mouth shut.
Don't fuck me up here."
Yeah, we talk about what to say and what not to say, but she knows that I kind of know boundaries in a way, and so
In a way.
I know.
Unless
I
something
don't want
really cool happens.
So yeah, I went to her house last week, and
You
then
ever
we
see
went out
her
to
and
dinner.
Kelly make out and stuff and get affectionate with one another?
More cuddly, but I mean, not really making out. I mean, they have 4 kids running around. You know,
Right.
they're busy with those kids.
Kelly's way hot, huh?
Kelly's super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful, beautiful face, great figure.
Did they ever do what? Did they ever bring other girls into the relationship?
I don't know.
I think they
I know
did.
I know that Kelly is more sexual than Rosie. So Rosie
Right.
said Kelly would have sex, once an hour if she could, and Rosie is not as sexual as Kelly.
I bet you they bring other girls into the bed.
Really?
I absolutely would
Maybe.
bet my life on
I bet
it.
you're wrong.
I bet you.
You think it's just a...
I think that Rosie had a wild streak.
Right.
And
No.
that she decided to settle down.
She
Those
certainly
two-
never intimated that they brought other people.
I
but,
feel they swing.
Okay, but there's a lot of kids running around. Can you really swing with 4 little kids?
Sure. Absolutely. When you got help. Absolutely. Does she have help at her house?
Of course.
Of course. So there you go. She's not sitting there watching kids.
Yeah, they have a kick-ass lesbian au pair.
Yeah, there you go.
She can do anything.
You don't
And
think
then-
they're doing her?
Maybe.
Yeah, of
I don't know.
course.
And there's
A
another
lesbian
lesbian
au
who
pair.
just sort of, you know how, I think every house needs a really good do-all lesbian. She's got one of those too where I don't really know what her job is, but as Rosie said, she can take a paperclip and make it into a chandelier. Like, you know how those lesbians they can caulk the tub and they can, build the kitchen.
What's the au pair look like? A young girl?
I don't, not like a young hot lipstick. No, not lipstick.
More like
Butch.
Rosie or more like Kelly?
Much more butch.
Oh.
Yeah. Very super short hair,
That's
but
not
like
hot.
wiry and muscular, like skinny but muscular.
I can't believe Rosie O'Donnell would have you to her house because I just
Howard, that's a terrible thing to say.
no, just because of what you do. I mean, you tell
Oh,
everything.
I got to say this. So yesterday during the commercial break at The View, I asked Barbara if I could come to a dinner party because I had dinner with Dominic Dunn last week. Which is anybody impressed by that? Vanity Fair? No, you don't care.
Nah.
Nothing impressed. You know what? You're just jaded. Nothing.
I went to dinner with Barbara Walters.
You did not.
I had dinner with her.
I don't believe you.
That's the truth.
Tell me the name of the restaurant.
We were at shit. I don't even remember.
See,
it was another person.
She only
And you know
goes
who else
to
was at the table?
who?
The former Princess of England,
Fergie.
Fergie. It was me, Barbara
Duchess
Walters,
of York.
the Duchess of York. That one.
Oh, wait a minute.
Duchess of
Did
York.
you
It was
happen to
me,
be there and then you sat down?
No, we went to dinner together.
There was an invite? Like Barbara's people called your people?
No.
Was it Andy Stein?
Andrew Stein invited us.
Who's that?
He's a politician kind of type, and he said, "Hey, you want to have dinner with Barbara Walters and Fergie?"
Did Barbara know you were coming?
Yeah.
Tell me how she treats you.
Totally fucking into me. Would have blown me right under the table.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her that in an hour.
Yeah, tell her.
I will.
Beth was like, "Wow, you two really had like this thing going."
She's actually very flirty and likes being sort of naughty.
Yeah, and she was flirting with Charlie Rose the whole night too.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah.
That whore.
Yeah.
And I mean Charlie Rose.
Right.
All right, so what was your impression of Barbara when you had dinner with her?
Thought she was really nice. I thought that she was interesting to talk to. In fact, we made plans to get together again. We just never did.
I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, we liked each other.
Okay, so
And I know she would have had sex with me too. Like if I just said, "Hey,
what was her indication that tonight was going to be the night if you chose?
I just could tell she's really into me. So she's
Okay.
she likes that I'm a bad boy. She
Right.
likes
She's
hanging
one of
around
those.
with a bad boy.
So you think that once
She
you're
felt
alone,
bad. You know, she's the lady.
facade is dropped and it's on.
Oh, I think she wanted it really badly.
Any positions? Like what position do you imagine with her?
I don't imagine any position.
Come
with her.
on, do it.
I would probably, if I had to do it to her, I'd do it from behind.
Doggy style.
Doggy style.
Okay.
In the dark.
And that could be her favorite for all
And
we
then I
know.
called into a radio show when she did one here. Yeah, we got a whole little thing going on. And I'm kind of taken with the fact that Barbara Walters, this big icon, would actually talk to me.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But
So she has these dinner parties, and I want to get invited to one of the dinner parties. And I guess it's always like, a head of state, and then the head of some big network, and a captain of industry, and she seats them, and there's themes. Like
Oh,
you
really?
have to, like at this table, you're going to talk about this topic, and at this
you're
table,
kidding.
Oh, I wouldn't go to
very
that.
regimented.
That's so
And
gay.
so yesterday at the commercial break, I said, I want to be
Dumb.
invited to one of those dinner parties. And then she looked me right in the eyes and said, "What are you talking about? I don't have dinner parties." And I said, "No, I know you do. I talked to Dominic Dunn, and he told me last week. I certainly do not. Joy has dinner parties." I go, "Well, I know I can go to Joy's house." I said, "Can I go to the next one?" "I haven't had a dinner party in 5 years." And I know that's not true.
I know it is true. She doesn't have dinner parties.
What are you talking about?
Dominic Dunn said he went to one like 6 months ago.
He's lying.
What?
Yeah.
Why would he lie to Kathy?
It doesn't
I don't
even
know.
make
Is
sense.
he just pulling the wool over her eyes?
What happened when you went to Drew Barrymore's house? She's actually looking better. She lost some weight.
Oh,
She got
she's
a
hot.
nose job.
She is
Yeah.
angelically beautiful.
Oh, is that what it is?
She got a nose
Yeah.
job.
Well, everyone in Hollywood gets that.
Okay, so my assistant Jessica, and I have 2 assistants now because I'm building an empire, like my idol Suzanne Summers. And so I get they said they got an email saying I'm invited to a party at Drew Barrymore's house.
Right.
So I thought I was being set up or punked, and I said do an investigation because no A-listers want me to their house. Certainly
Right.
not like a movie star, and
It's weird to have you there.
of
yeah.
course. And Cameron Diaz doesn't want to run into me, and none of them want to run into me. And
Cameron Diaz, by the way, is so hot. She
Yeah,
looks
she's
so good in
gorgeous.
that little mini dress at the MTV movie.
Oh, did she? I didn't see it.
it was. Would you think that was a little bit of a snap to Justin, or no?
I don't know, but she looked really good. As a man, I just wanted to stick my wiener in there.
Are you proud of yourself
wiener.
for saying that like a 12-year-old?
That's
You
the truth,
wanted
though.
to stick your wiener.
Yeah.
Who says wiener?
I do. Wiener.
You're not going to say it at the Barbara Walters dinner party. I'll tell you that.
Barbara, oh, yes, I would. You got to realize I'm not invited to anything because of my childish behavior. I'm an embarrassment.
All right, so it turns out that Drew Barrymore, who I've never met, of course, doesn't know me, but she has a gay who loves me.
Right.
So then I said, okay, well, now it makes sense. So I went, and it was a theme party, which I find annoying.
What is a theme party? What's
It's
the
a
theme?
costume party.
How old is she now, Drew Barrymore?
32.
Yeah, maybe time to stop that.
Well, she didn't have the childhood, and now we all have to pay.
Right, so
All
everybody's
right,
got to
so-
go to Drew's house and play?
Yes, and it's a toga party. So, and
Did you wear a
mandatory.
toga?
Yes, they said you can't
You'll
get
do
in.
anything.
I will, exactly. And so, but they did have a station there where they would make one for you. So before you enter the party, so I didn't have to go get a fucking toga. They like made one for me.
So
But
what do you
here's-
do with your clothes? Like you get undressed somewhere and get
No,
into
I wore like normal clothes under, and then I put the stupid toga thing. It was
So
ridiculous.
it's not even like really wearing a toga. It might be kind of sexy if all the girls
I
are
just
walking
wanted
around
to see
in togas.
famous people. I didn't give a fuck about
Right.
the toga or the fall of ancient Rome.
So you
or
had a
anything.
toga on over your clothes.
Yes, I did.
So
it was a
dumb.
schmata. It was a schmata.
It's so dumb.
And so then I didn't want to go by myself because I thought, well, what celebrity's going to confront me? So I brought power gay Lance Bass.
Oh.
Oh,
And,
all
you know,
right.
all those girls like him, and the cute gays are more than happy to dress up like it's ancient Rome.
Right.
And he wore, you know, cocktail napkin and string, and he was done. So he
Right.
was practically naked. So we go, but wait, here's the kicker. Guess who was the DJ?
Who?
Guess.
Paris Hilton.
Keep going.
I don't know.
DJ? Who's a DJ?
Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
What is the matter
Who's
with
a
you?
DJ?
Look at him.
Imus.
He's sleeping like it's a Barcalounger.
Was Imus? I know he's very tired.
No, I'm not. I'm in a show.
Imus.
I'm on a show.
Lohan.
What?
DJ LL.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay
Oh,
Lohan
wow.
was the DJ?
That's weird.
Yes. So in comes
She's so
Lohan.
fucking hot.
And so she was there, and by the way, no toga for DJ LL. She
Oh,
did
no,
not
no
have
way.
to play.
Cool.
And
She's too cool.
right now, here's the thing: have you noticed now that the DJs don't even like scratch records? They
Right.
have a freaking iPod
Did
that
she-
they touch like a quarter of an inch with their finger.
Did she spin good tunes?
Okay, here's the thing. The tunes were fine. You know, they were like, you know, Salt and Pepper and like all the fun hits. But I swear, I watched her and she was trying to spin. It's like on a laptop. It's the weirdest thing. But the music that was playing had no scratching, but I was watching her scratch. So
Right.
I think they told her she was the DJ,
Right.
but they really just played like a tape.
Right.
And they were like, good, way to go with the scratching and the whatever. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Why can't you just be a movie star?
So who else was there? Like what celebrities?
You know what? The celebrities were good for me because it wasn't the type of people that would hate me. So it was like Amy Poehler and Molly Shannon.
Well, those
and-
aren't A-list.
No, but they were comedy girls.
Right.
So who was there? Heather Graham, who's very beautiful. You must love her.
Nah.
Parker Posey. What?
She's okay. She's not that hot.
Fuck you.
Why?
Because
Why?
you're ridiculous. That's
Well,
why.
Hey, that's my
Heather
rating.
Graham isn't hot enough for you?
Not that I wouldn't fuck her. I would just.
got nice tits.
Not that I wouldn't want to stick my wiener in her, but.
Oh, you with the wiener.
But she's not the hottest.
I think she's.
Oh,
Cameron,
she's got
Diaz.
nice tits. She's like 40 though now.
Cameron Diaz
Yeah.
wasn't
She's
there,
40.
and yet
She's
they're
too
best
old.
friends.
Yeah.
And so, how old are you?
I'm 53. But
How's 40 too old?
for me to date, I wouldn't date a 40-year-old.
He's a famous rich
I'm
man.
famous.
What are you talking about?
I don't have to date 40-year-olds.
Well, then I'm not going to either.
Of
Fuck
course
it.
not. Robin
Oh,
isn't.
you shouldn't. Absolutely not.
Oh, I have to tell you who I went on a date with because maybe you'll know who this is. Because I am trying to break into the heterosexual male demographic. Because my
Okay.
whole life is gay dudes and rich women.
Right.
And so I dated this guy. Do you know who Andrew WK is?
No.
What
Never
is
heard of
that?
him.
He had a
WK.
song called Party Hard, and it's on that game Madden. You know that game Madden?
Party hard?
Yeah,
Is
and
he a
it-
country guy?
No.
Is he a straight guy?
Yes!
Yeah. All right.
That's the only reason I went out with him is
I-
because he's straight.
So you went out with him, and what happened?
Well, it was a very much of a fish out of water situation for me because I went to like this. He did this sort of weird night
Let
of
me guess.
speaking. What?
So you heard he was a famous guy. You wanted to date him, and then you go out, and nobody's ever heard of this fucking guy.
And I was like, get me out of here. What a waste of time.
You didn't want to be with
Now,
him.
when I went out with Ron Jeremy, people took our picture.
Right.
So that was a good date.
You want to be famous very badly.
Very
and-
badly. And also, I want to
Yeah, you
date
can't waste
someone.
your time with whatever that guy's name is.
I know. And
This is
so,
why I like Kathy, because Kathy admits she wants to be famous.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Right.
like, you know what? I'll date a guy to get famous. I want to
Absolutely.
be photographed. I want paparazzi.
I only want to go somewhere with him where we're going to be photographed.
You know what
you
Kathy
need to
did?
do?
You know
And
what
that's
Kathy
why
did?
I have no interest in going to your house. I want to go to Nobu with you.
I got two
I want to go to
letters for
Mr.
you.
Chow.
I'll take you to
OJ.
Nobu.
Date
Yeah.
OJ.
But you know what's funny about Kathy?
What?
She decided she wants to be really famous.
So she calls the paparazzi up to follow her around to say that she's going to be places.
Right.
And they should photograph her. So she goes out the other night. She falls out of a car.
Oh,
and they get it all.
It was everywhere. It was in all 4 magazines.
Oh, that's funny.
Full page and in touch.
But you did a good recovery. Like she fell
I
down.
had full hair and makeup on. Are you kidding?
Full out on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
And then like, picks yourself up gracefully.
4 pictures in the Inquirer.
Do you want to kill yourself?
Star, Us Weekly.
Or were you happy
about it.
You were happy.
No, I was thrilled. It was on TMZ. It was
So why don't you
heaven.
fall other places?
She just walked
I'm going
out of the
to. I'm
car.
looking forward to falling a lot more places. And here's how I did it. I was in London. And I saw Sharon Osbourne the day before I went, and she gave me the number of the biggest paparazzi guy in London. And so I called him, and he came, and I was getting out of the cab, and I said, okay. I called him over, and I said, okay, when I get out, bring the camera to the ground because I'm going to fall to the ground.
Right.
And he said, okay, love. And so I got out, and I did this really stupid stumble, and I acted like I was drunk, and I said, help, I've had too much to drink, because I don't know how drunk people talk. And the worst is when some woman tried to help me, and she kind of almost ruined the shot. And I was like, get out of here. So it was in the Post. It was in all the magazines.
You want to be famous. You want to be so famous.
You'll do anything.
Yeah, you'll do anything.
Because fame is power.
Courtney Love gave you a bad vibe, I heard.
I got a bad vibe from her. Now, I can't say we spoke at all. I met her one other time, and I was at this Drew Barrymore party.
But what right does she have to give you a bad vibe?
I don't know. Here's the vibe I got. I don't know if you ever get this, and I can't prove it. I felt like she had heard something I said about her, or like, did you ever run into someone that's like, psst, psst, he said something about me. Psst, psst, psst.
So she didn't talk to you?
Well, she was sort of in a clump, and I looked at her and smiled because I'd met her one time at a restaurant, and then her little sort of posse was like, and that's her tour manager over there. And so I know they were sort of in a cliquish way whispering, but I have no problem with her. I have one very innocent joke about her, but I don't she's not really prominent in my act. Like some people, like Clay Aiken, should literally just shoot me eventually. Some
He's
people
gonna stalk you.
Hey, some people have it coming.
Lou, you're on the air in Buffalo. Real quick, 1 second, Gary. Yes, Lou.
Hey, Howard, how you doing? Kathy, you're hot as hell. Just wanted to tell you. I mean, what the fuck? You got mad at your husband because he took your fucking ATM card? My wife's been doing it for 20 years.
That's called a wife.
See,
but does she tell you?
She doesn't even know we have a bank account now. What the fuck? I mean, you know.
You can't
but does she tell you?
Like Beth will say to me sometimes, I go, hey, I really like those shoes. She goes, yeah, well, you bought them for me yesterday. I said, I did? Oh, okay, cool. But I mean, so what? You know what I mean?
Why is it different for your husband? I don't understand.
Because he didn't tell me. Because I was asleep in the mornings, and he made sure he put it back before I woke up.
Yeah, that's sneaky. That's sneaky.
But you're lucky he let you have a bank card. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
because I make all the money.
You did make all the money.
I make all the money.
She's the dude in the relationship.
Yeah, I'm the dude.
You're the dude.
That's how we dudes do it.
What is it, Gary?
She's got to go, but I just do have one quick question for Kathy.
Yeah.
Have you been? I used to love. Are you doing any more product placements? Getting paid to place products?
No, and let me tell you, I'm bitter about it, and that's why.
Made a lot of money that way.
I do, and I mean, I still do it. Like, I do commercials and stuff. I did like an.
Yeah, but Kathy would go on talk shows and actually, get paid to mention products.
Just sort of bring up a product in her conversation.
Now, who'd you do it for? I forget. One of the big ones was.
I can't remember, but I'm suspicious.
You know who does those?
Who?
Drew Barrymore.
Of course, they all do it. Well, the worst is John Travolta. John Travolta, when he just happens to be on the David Letterman show in a Qantas uniform.
Yeah, he's heavily.
Are
into
you kidding
Qantas.
me?
Yeah.
And they just gave him a 747 because they like him. But he doesn't come out and say, I'm a paid spokesperson for Qantas.
Right.
I'm doing a commercial. So it's like a cooler way to do a commercial.
Drew Barrymore's big one was she went on the Tonight Show, and Jay goes, I heard you like to snack in the middle of the night. She goes, I love grilled cheese.
No, she goes, I love to rock grilled cheese.
She goes, I get the Velveeta cheese.
Oh, the Velveeta.
I rock the Velveeta, she goes.
So you think she could have been paid by Velveeta? I don't know.
Absolutely. Listen, all right, I'm getting the high sign. Next time, come back when you have more time. I had a lot more to ask you, but okay.
She was out there for a while.
You did a good
I
job.
got to go the View. You know how angry Barbara gets.
I know. Kathy Griffin stand-up
She's vying
special.
for a job right now. She can't be late.
She's got to get there for her packet so they can review what they're going to talk about.
The Hot Topics rundown.
Yeah, because nobody reads the paper. See Kathy Griffin stand-up special. Everybody Can Suck It, followed by the premiere of Kathy's show, My Life, on the D-List at 10 o'clock. Obviously a funny show if it's made 3 seasons.
Yeah.
For more information, go to kathygriffin.net. There's no kathygriffin.com, I guess.
Oh, somebody else got it.
As a woman who's on the road 150 times a year, I mean, Artie says it's the most hard thing. He can hardly function.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But here's why.
Throwing a fucking radio show every morning from 6 to 11.
Well, you tape a reality show.
The reality show, it's much tougher during the reality reality. But you know, I got to make hay while the sun shines. So right now I'm getting offers that I wasn't getting 3 years ago, and I can't turn them down.
What offers are you? What is the best offer?
Carnegie Hall. I sold out Carnegie Hall. That was fantastic. That wouldn't have happened 3 years ago.
Well, Artie did it.
How long did it take you to sell out?
An hour.
Oh, fuck, you beat me.
No, I'm lying. I don't know how long it took. I was just happy to show up and have people sitting there.
2 hours on the Stern Show. I sold it out in 2 hours.
Nice.
But he's leaving. He's leaving.
But are you going to do stand-up, Artie?
I do stand-up all the time.
No, but when you go on your sabbatical, are you doing stand-up?
No, I'm doing nothing except colonics.
No, he's going to walk
He's
around.
moving to Italy.
He's going to move into Robin's house and do colonics.
I'm gonna go to my inbred cousin's house in Naples and make mozzarella.
We're going to take a break. Kathy Griffin, we love you, and thank you for being here.
so much.
I'll be back right after these words.
Kathy, what's going on with Artie?
I think Artie's going to get the itch to do stand-up. He might go on sabbatical, but I think after a couple weeks, he's going to want to get up there. You can't do it that much and then just not do it.
But do you think leaving the show is a good idea as a fellow stand-up comedian?
Hi. No, he shouldn't leave the show. Of course not. It's great.
What do you think about
He'll
him?
miss it. He's going to miss it, I think.
What do you think about him health-wise? You know, sort of nodding off in the middle of the interview.
It'd be nice if he could sit up straight during the show, but I guess that's too much effort. I don't know.
Are you really going to tell Barbara that Howard's talking about sticking his wiener in her?
I'm going to tell Barbara in half an hour that Howard wants to stick his wiener in her.
Verbatim.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, Kathy, thanks for coming by, and good luck with D-List.
Thank you.
He's Mad Money. I'm here because Howard knows that I speak the truth. Sirius and XM are being blocked because Congress people are owned by terrestrial radio. Some of them are rented, most of them are owned. And this deal won't go through until the Justice Department recognizes that it is a travesty that is just because a dying industry wants to stop a thriving industry.
Now, this is your first time on Howard's show, right?
Yeah, it's big.
How do you feel it's going to go? Are you excited?
Well, I think he understands that there's a commonality, which is that we're willing to speak out. Both of us are willing to speak out. We're protected by the First Amendment. We can say all the stuff that everybody else is thinking, but people think you get in trouble. And we like getting in trouble because we like telling the truth.
All right, man. It sounds like you're going to have a good time
all right.
in there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jim Cramer is here. I watch his show, Cramer, on Business. So I don't know what that even the fucking name is, I'll be honest with you.
Mad Money?
Yeah, he did a rap about the XM Sirius merger. That was so good. So, I wanted to say hello to him. Pretty interesting guy, actually. He's worth about $100 million, and I can't figure out how he made it. I mean...
If you listen to that show, will you make it too?
This is the guy I watch on TV, Jim Cramer.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm
Jim.
just wondering, because I'm like, all right, he made the $100 million. What do you make if you listen to him?
You should have $100 million, too, if you listen to Cramer. Hey, let me see if that's working. Testing, 1, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, you're on, man.
Excellent. Wow.
Take a seat. Hey, take a seat.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, couldn't be better, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, good. I heard your rap on... Is the show called Cramer on Business?
It's Mad Money.
Okay.
Mad Money.
I don't know. I watched the show. I just don't know what the hell it's called.
It's just it's a crazy show about what should be talked about in business, not the Dow Jones average.
Well, I played your rap not once but twice when you talked about the XM Sirius merger. Listen, obviously I have an interest in it. I want to see the thing go through. Financially, it would benefit me. It would be very good for me. But
But you, as an outside observer, see a benefit to a merger.
Yeah, well, I was proud that you played it. It was very exciting for me, to be honest, because I kind of feel like I'm in a vacuum. But what I liked about what I believe in is that there is actually an injustice. This is not just about wanting someone to make money who owns Sirius. I just find that when Chevron and Texaco got to merge, Yahoo could merge with Microsoft, and the government would look the other way.
Right.
But because there are Congress people who are rented and owned by terrestrial radio, they want this deal stopped.
I just read that Exxon Mobil made $40 billion in profits this year.
Right.
$40 billion, but they approved that merger quicker than this XM Sirius thing. Where would you ever see anything like
was
this?
they actually took a few more months than most deals, but nowhere near where this deal has, and nowhere near the scrutiny, in the sense that there are Congress people, the U.S. attorney. There's a lot of crime in the country, but this is the focus.
Yeah, it seems wild. In fact, I think it was Arlen Specter announced recently that he's going to look into steroids again in sports and Major League Baseball. And I go, all right, okay, I understand you want to take a look at that. But where on the priority list is this thing? I mean, this is two companies that obviously would save about $4 billion collectively if they could merge. It's not a monopoly in any sense of the word. And yet they can't, even if it's a negative ruling. Where's the ruling already? You made a great comment. You said that the Department of Justice under George Bush, if a leaf blows into their window, they sign it. In other words, Bush was always for big business and making sure that the business environment is a strong and healthy one. And yet here they're just turning a blind eye to this merger.
There are unbelievable mergers in the country. For instance, there's two major washer and dryer companies, and everybody's got to buy a washer and dryer. And it's really the little guy gets hurt if there's price increases. Whirlpool and Maytag, no hearings, nothing.
Nothing,
I mean,
right?
The two biggest brand names, boom, they're one. You go into Costco, you go into a Best Buy, any of the major hardware stores, and the prices all went up.
I know. I mean, that is what I'm talking about. This thing is crazy, but it really said, I'm being honest with you, I'm a naive guy, and I'll tell you why. I really believe in the greatness of this country. I believe that there are people who are not corrupted by the lobbyists, and yet I really am seeing how it works.
Yeah, it saddens me.
It makes me freaking nuts.
I think that a lot of politicians are afraid that their local radio station will take them on. There really is kind of the one thing that radio has gotten together on is stopping you and killing you. And they feel like that both guys will go under if they can fight it long enough because the companies are losing money.
Let me ask you something and talk straight with me. Is this partially, and maybe this is my massive ego, is this partially because I'm so hated? Satellite radio was flying under the radar. Nobody really talked that much about it. I signed up over here. Sirius made a big surge. And now all of a sudden they can't get a merger approved? I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with me.
Well, I would tell you that you were the most profitable aspect of terrestrial, and they don't want you to succeed because you could dominate national morning. See, and that's really important because if you were in everybody's car, not just one company's car,
we could win.
You would win.
We would win.
No, and they know that because drive time is the most important. That's still money for them.
And
they
want
still
to
make
win.
money.
I want to win.
Of course you do, and you should.
No one understands that. I hope people are listening because you're making a lot of sense. I want to win nationally.
Well, a lot of people felt like I either am on the take for the companies. I'm not allowed to own any stock. I just look at.
Is that right?
No,
I don't
own stock. No, I can't own stock
because you would affect the stock market.
I mean, let's say I bought Sirius before I did my thing, and Sirius goes up 30 cents because I predicted and I sell. I get too much scrutiny, so I'm not allowed to own any stocks. But when I see an injustice, I really did. I mean, this one is the most outrageous. I've never seen the government all come together on one issue, which is your merger must be stopped.
Republicans, Democrats, they're all against
Do you predict that now we're over a year? It's embarrassing.
Right.
It's over a year they've dragged this out.
Well, I want to be honest. Look, I have a pulpit. Your pulpit is 100 times larger than mine. But at least I can point out to people in Congress, look, recognize the jig is up. We see it. We see that you let any oil company merge and everybody pays more at the pump, which is universally bad for people who literally don't have a lot of money.
Right.
This deal would actually save people money, and it isn't like you have no competition.
Right.
People put iPods in their car now, and the deal is structured so that the consumer would benefit and pay less. They could just listen to whatever you wanted to.
Of course, and you don't have to buy radio. I mean,
you could still listen to free radio. You never have to buy.
There isn't a single thing which says that if you, it almost is like that if you take Sirius and XM, they rip out terrestrial radio. Totally untrue.
Right.
But I don't think Congress even understands. Now, you are an unpopular guy in certain circles, okay?
Right.
And they don't want you to be even more powerful than you are.
Right.
But I also think that for radio, this is the last stand. Because if you were in every car, you could probably maybe quadruple your listenership and it would come out of their hide.
Right.
So they can't they have to stop this.
That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yes.
That's an interesting theory. I didn't think about the ramifications of that. Oh, you're absolutely right. Hey, so you're worth $100 million or so. Do you know?
I have a lot of money, but I don't.
So you
it doesn't
took
look
it
good
out
to
of the
talk
stock
about.
market. Where did you put it?
I put it in bonds and in real estate, and I've sold all my real estate. I also own a big stake in the street.com, which is not it's an online financial.
I'm up
company.
$78,000.
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been real
Are you
good.
a Giant fan? I would imagine you live in Jersey,
Well,
right?
I'm from Philadelphia, but as soon as we lost, look, the other team I like, Strahan loves my show.
Right.
And he's the only NFL player who has insisted on coming to my show, talking about business. There's a lot of Giant guys who love my show, and they're also just a fabulous team to root for because there was so much hatred toward them.
Such underdogs.
And they were being ridiculed, and the coach was being ridiculed.
Was this the best game you've seen in football for a long time?
It was very difficult to not love last night's game.
How did you feel when you saw this incredible series of plays where Eli Manning escaped? Escaped.
I just love the hubris of the Patriots. The hubris was just something we had to knock down. And Brady looked just another vulnerable guy. And Strahan is jumping. The picture in the front of the Times is just great. It's so scary to be Brady. He just was just frightened. The guy who was frightened was Brady. The guy who was confident was Manning.
Right. He looked cool, calm, and collected.
I just love the game.
It was wild.
And this is the first game you watched to the end.
Did you bet on it?
I'm not allowed to take that 3 1/4 that you get to straight up.
What do you mean you're not? Explain to me.
I can't bet. I'm too visible. I'm like you.
You didn't bet.
I can in my little
be
world.
Like me, trust me.
No, but in my little world, the scrutiny on everything I do is too great.
Artie is up 78,000 just betting on the Giants.
I got to tell you, that's
look at look at him.
There's nothing like capitalism. That's pure capital.
Where should he put that money? Where should he put the 78?
May I just say that the most regulated and honest business in the world is NFL gambling.
Of course.
If we possibly had that in my world, you would just see everybody come in because they would know that it isn't rigged against the little guy. There's so much in my world that's rigged against the little guy, but they won't allow that in NFL.
Is that true in the stock market? Rigged against the little guy?
Well, I think that there's a lot of cheaters, a lot of guys that backdated options.
You're right.
A lot of guys that scammed their own company and looted their own company. It still
NFL
continues.
is more honest.
Oh, much more honest, and the enforcement is a lot more serious.
Oh,
quick advice for him: 78,000. He's up. I know this guy's going to let it roll on something stupid and lose it all. Where should he put it right now? Today? What does he do with it? Right now.
Right now, at this very moment.
Give him something to do.
Okay,
give him a plan.
I know what you're going to say. The over in the Pro Bowl.
No, I do. That Pro Bowl is that. No one wants to get hurt in a Pro Bowl.
Right.
No one wants to get hurt, so you can't trust that game.
He should take the 78,000 and invest it. Am I correct?
I have to tell you that I don't want to come here and just tell you that stocks are cheap, but they've been knocked down 2,000 points. Because there's a guy who runs the Federal Reserve, and he's more of a professor than he is a good. I got to dump on him because I can speak freely here.
But let me say something. Yes, you can. Give this guy an aggressive thing to do with the 78,000, even a high
give
risk.
Him a jolt,
a giant return, because he'll just throw it out
action.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
he
you're
needs
saying
action.
the stocks are viable
something.
now.
I want you to buy all these companies that are involved with housing because housing's coming. Now, I'm the only guy in America who thinks that everyone thinks that house prices are going down.
Housing is coming back?
By the end of the year, housing will be up because these guys are building 1/4 the number of homes. The government is flooding us with money. Mortgage rates have come down unbelievably.
Is there a high return if he takes this risk?
I think a gigantic return right now.
So if he took 78,000, what companies should he go with?
I think you could go Hudson City Bank Corp, which is a local bank.
Put it on Hudson City Bank.
You're saying buy another house.
Black and Decker.
Because
as soon as you get 600 smackers, you'll go buy a chainsaw, fix your own house up.
I'm glad you're here today. Artie, look at me.
Look
at me. I'm writing it down.
You got to write it down.
I'm going to do an intervention right now. Let me do an intervention.
I got to get the 78 G's from the landscaper.
You won $78,000.
I don't have
nice.
All
right, listen to me. That's good money.
It's very good money.
If you took it and let it roll on Black & Decker.
Yeah.
In other words, he's giving you. He's not telling you to go do.
What's it trading at now? Well, how much is share?
$72. You buy 1,000 shares.
1,000 shares.
Okay.
Okay.
The point you're making is this is sort of a roller coaster kind of ride. It's a little aggressive.
Right.
Because you could lose the money anyway. This is Black & Decker.
Right.
Housing. I guess Black & Decker builds shit.
Well,
they got the tools.
They own the tool market. They own the tool
They own the
market.
tools.
That's a monopoly.
Stock is down 30 straight points.
Right.
No one believes. I believe. The company used to be a $9 billion company. Now it's a $4 billion company. The Swedes will buy it.
And the guy made $100 million in the market. He must know something. He's a Harvard graduate.
Now listen. So it was about $102. Is what you're saying? And
it was
up
$98 in August before the Federal Reserve decided to wreck the economy in order to save it. So as soon as they recognized and they started panicking, people take that refinance money. You can refinance now 5%. Most of these people,
how long should he keep it? And then keep it there and watch it go up.
18 months.
18
months, and you can catch a double in Black & Decker.
And should I put a stop on it? You think to hedge it? Like, what do I put?
I don't like that.
No,
That's what I do. Watch it and just listen. Do this for Christ's sake. Do it for me.
Well, what he's saying too is what's great. I just bought a home, so you're saying that's good news,
what
right?
People are going to do. A lot of people who can't sell their home, they're going to fix it up. Okay.
Can
you wait 18 months
for
action?
This is all.
You got a stock
money.
broker?
I have a very good portfolio.
I'm presuming you already own Sirius because Sirius is my spec of the year.
Stock options.
All right, good.
Pal.
This thing doubles the moment. I like the pal, buddy. The moment that the Justice Department sees the light, listens to the heat, recognizes that this is embarrassing that they let every oil company get together, particularly when you're paying $3.40 at the pump. Who is this hurting? Who is it hurting?
So you're saying upon the merger, the stock's Sirius will double.
Absolutely.
And I'll be within $5 of my.
You can never worry about where you bought it. You got to worry about where it's going to.
So
this is a powerful combination.
Now that he won the 70, he'll take this money and he'll bet like the Pro Bowl.
No, I like this. I like that.
Now you got a plan. This is why I invited the gentleman.
Well, this is also good news because I like the fact that you think it's going to come back with real estate.
You get the 600 smackers. Okay, what are people going to do? They can't. They want. Most of the people who get $600 will try to fix up their home some way.
Right.
The only way you can do it is to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy something that's Black & Decker, do some hammering, do some sawing. That's what people are going to do with it. They're not going to just go buy 3 iPods. A lot of people think that that's what they're going to do.
That's what
they're
I think
going to buy tools to make it better.
Right.
That's why this company.
I like it. You see what I'm talking about? Getting into a plan, a program, making some money, for Christ's sakes. Guy made $100 million. What was that like for you, making I don't even understand.
Like, how did you do it?
How do you do it?
I came in every morning at 3:45. I worked really hard. I traded in Sweden and Finland.
No. Wait a second. I don't understand Wall Street at all. Okay. I have no understanding of it. I don't even understand stocks. I don't understand. In other words, you went to an office.
Yeah.
You traded other people's money or your own money?
It started with other people's money, and then as I started getting better, a
bunch of guys gave you money, and they said, "We believe you know what you're doing.
Right.
Invest this money for us and get us a good return."
But remember, it started in 1981, so it wasn't like it was done.
Right.
It wasn't something that was a quick, rich thing.
Did you do it conservatively? In other words, you went there every day. In other words, you didn't try for a big score. You said, "Okay, I'm going to try and manage this money. It's other people's money. It's tremendous responsibility."
I tried to make money every day. I only had one down quarter in 21 years. So
is that right?
Yeah, because I managed it so that each incremental.
So when I read about these
big.
hedge fund guys, they're rich guys. They get rich in Wall Street. What do? They manage other people's money.
They raise a lot of money. See, I didn't. You had to be a member of my club, so to speak. You had to be nominated. The guys who are making this big money now are guys who go to a major university or major endowment, and they get $100 million from one, and then $200 million from another. I just was individuals. That's so if they have
make money by trading, and then you get a percentage of how much money you make?
I make 20% of what I make.
You get 20% of your client's money.
Right. They make 80% of the profit.
That's how you made $100 million.
Exactly.
And then you started putting up your own money, too.
Yes.
And you made $100 million.
Look, it's a great country. I'm not kidding. It's a great country.
Fantastic.
But I paid my full taxes. These guys who got in front of Congress now, they want lower taxes. They're making 10, 15 million, but they want to pay less.
If you made $100 million and you paid $100 million in taxes, so what? You've still got $100 million.
I paid the tax man because I didn't want to ever give it back. The important thing is to not give it back after you make it. Don't worry about how much you pay in taxes.
Listen, fuck the 78 Gs. So let's pretend I know a guy who may have like $300,000 to fuck around.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Now, you got that kind of money. Is it all? Would you put all of it in like Black and Decker?
Okay,
like,
now you're starting to
where
get.
would you spread $300,000?
Now you're starting to get in a situation where, I would have to recommend for somebody like that, if he's an older person too, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe a little bit of municipal bond, because there's something good about just getting that income stream that you don't pay taxes on.
Right.
And municipal bonds are paying pretty
You're
good.
looking for Artie, you're looking for information on a whole financial plan. That's not what I was after. I want you to take that 78 and at least, even because you like action,
I do
like
this
that. Black and Decker thing. Or do the other one? I don't know. Some bank.
You could do the Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
Fantastic bank. Way down on its luck, but really well run.
What's that trading at, though?
That's at $33. You put
Go ahead. Go do that today.
What a shitload of Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
I
don't want you to buy any of the radio stations, and in particular, I don't like this CBS stock. Just
fuck that.
I'm not kidding. That goes down pretty much every day. That's an annuity stream in a negative fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goes down almost every day.
Go ahead.
I like Disney, by the way. Disney's going to report a really good quarter. Iger's an honest guy. That stock's down big.
I like him. I had dinner with him
too.
I had dinner with him.
You had dinner with him?
That's right.
I think he's terrific.
I like him.
He's a regular guy. Disney, he reports this week. That's going to be good. McDonald's is down 10 straight points. That's another great name.
Headline in the New York Times. This is exactly what we're talking about today. Google works to torpedo Microsoft bid for Yahoo. Microsoft is looking to buy Yahoo.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Who gets... That's
that'll be approved. That'll be approved in a week.
I mean,
because the first thing they're going to do is they're going to get together. Eliminates a serious competitor, right? There were three guys going at it.
Right.
The government loves it when there's companies that have nothing to do with radio. They merge them in a second. Like the Justice Department says they're going to look into it. They have to say that. They will approve that deal so fast your head's go like Reagan in that exercise.
I'm
telling you, they could care less.
This is unbelievable. What's going on?
There's no congressman owned by Microsoft.
How is it nobody
they own no
saying?
congressman.
Oh, my God.
You guys, the other guys own a huge number of congressmen against you. I mean, they probably have like...
Fooey means what? Baba Booey. Go ahead.
I actually need a piece of advice from Mr. Kramer.
Go ahead.
On your way.
Okay. My wife used to work for a
doesn't know about dental work.
My wife used to work for a company.
Get the braces.
Do you know anything about a dentist? Should you get braces?
No, but I like there's this company called X-Ray Dentsply that's not bad. But I would not recommend it on your show.
Dental work?
No, it's not a great business.
It's not. Okay.
No.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. My wife used to work for a company. She got a bunch of stock in Citigroup. Okay.
Go ahead.
4 years ago, it was worth X amount of dollars. Now
that's
it's
a
worth,
tough one.
It's worth 20% of what it was 5 years ago. Do I hold on to it now? Or do we
It's
sell it?
finally good because this guy Bernanke who runs the Federal Reserve, he's cutting rates. So finally they're going to pay you nothing. Right now they pay you a lot on your deposits. You know, they pay you $4.
Should you hold the stock or
Yes, you want to hold Citi right here.
Hold.
Yeah, Citi's fine. The Citi was up 7 points in the last 2 weeks. I think it's going to get back to the mid-30s, maybe even $40. And at $40, we're going to reconfigure. We're going to then cash out.
I went to dinner with Iger. Oh, we're bad on that? Okay, get out of here.
I love Iger.
There you go.
But the Citi, you can hold the Citi.
Let me understand something. You went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Right. So what was your...
I was a full scholarship guy.
High school, you were a good student?
I was a good student and good athlete, yeah.
Athlete? What were you athletic
I was a
in?
440 quarter mile. I was a 48 second
no
quarter
kidding.
mile. Yeah.
And did you get laid a lot being a runner? How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Yes.
I'm curious about you.
Excuse me?
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Well, I don't know. I think that serious deal goes through. And I like the Black and Decker.
We're guys, we're talking pajamas.
I'm more of a business guy than I'm a sex guy.
Never mind what year you lost
Don't
your virginity.
pretend they're different.
When did you make your first million? When did you become a millionaire? How old were you?
I was 31.
Most money you ever made in a year?
Well, it's interesting. I made 450, but I lost 325. So
you made
had to net it
personally
out.
450
for me, the most I ever made in a year was 21.
21 million in a year.
20 million.
Very nice.
It was a good year, and that's when I retired. It's like John Elway, like Brett would have if he had made it all the way.
You probably got laid in high school if you were a track star and you got into Harvard. I mean, that's impressive.
I did well in every field of endeavor.
I would imagine women found that attractive.
Well, I was a bit of a geek, though. I was trying to get the scholarship. The scholarship mattered a lot to me in order to be able to pay.
I see. So it didn't happen to you till in college?
Well, the same. I had a girlfriend from both.
Did you marry your college sweetheart?
No, I did not.
You did not?
No, I did not.
So you got a girlfriend in college?
Yeah, I was not. I didn't have that fidelity. I didn't have the fidelity, like Fidelity Fund,
Did you lose your virginity to a Harvard girl?
No. No, I didn't. I had a feeling. I thought we were going to go there because it's so.
Why not?
Stock market that it makes so much sense to talk about that.
No, but you got out of college. You became a journalist. Is that correct?
I covered. I went to Tallahassee. I lived next door to the sorority house where the girl with Ted Bundy killed those girls.
You covered the Ted Bundy killings?
Yes, I did.
Did you see a dead body?
No, but I was the first reporter on the scene.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I covered homicide for a couple of years.
So you've done it all. And then I guess journalism didn't pay so well. So
thank you for recognizing that. That's exactly what happened. I did it for 4 years, and I owed a lot of money. I mean, you worked for 4 years, and all you did was owe a lot of money.
Then you went back to Harvard.
Yeah, I had a gambling problem, and I lived in my car. I did everything.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my! I owed a lot of people.
This guy's a gambler. I could tell from it.
Right. But the gamblers, the same thing. Credit agencies and gamblers will let you over time stretch your payments if you're over. It's really an amazing.
What was your weakness? Football, baseball.
It was football.
Football.
Yeah, it was football.
Pro or college? You have a specific.
No, I always
thing?
did. I always did pro.
So you didn't bet on the Giants because you have a problem.
Now
you're not allowed to.
Well, I just think that anything I do that is not totally above board would bring immediate scrutiny to me and hurt my show, which I love.
But you're an addict. In other words,
look. The stock market is. I am addicted to
action.
What's
gaming,
great is you're getting that
the
high.
stock market.
You're getting that same high from something legal
it's
now.
even better. I mean,
right.
Pepsi and Coke report this week, okay?
Right.
Well, I mean, that is just a huge rivalry. And
that gets you off.
Oh, totally. I mean, that's like a storied rivalry. You know what I mean?
It is.
A storied rivalry.
It's like Red Sox Yankees.
It's exciting.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Absolutely. It's a frozen tundra.
Right.
I mean, I just love that combination.
But how are you so disciplined in buying stocks when you were not disciplined with your money gambling?
Because emotion, because I'm from Philadelphia, because the Philadelphia Eagles, because I can't make an honest...
You're not emotionally attached to Coke or Pepsi.
There are no home teams in stocks.
Right, that's good.
In the end, Pepsi, Coke, these are pieces of paper. They are not heart and soul.
But do you ever get that fever? I'm going to chase the dream. I'm going to put the big money down on a high risk stock.
Honest to God, if I could buy a stock. And I would, yours is $3 with a total call on the idea that someone in the government is going to be mortified if we keep the pressure on. Because if we tell them that there were more hearings on this than there were on the Iraq War,
that's what I'm saying.
Don't you think at a certain point that people say, what are our congressmen wasting their time? This is a good combination. I can get football and baseball on the same thing, which is what everybody wants. Face it. We all want Major League Football, and we all want baseball.
You want it on the same platform.
We want it one place, and we don't want to have our car company tell us what we have either.
Who's the hottest girl in Hollywood right now? Go ahead. Give me something.
Are you interested?
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Why is it always got to be about business? Who's the hottest girl? If you could have sex with any woman in Hollywood right now, who would you go to?
See, this is how Howard makes
sense. Say Rachel Bilson.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry?
No.
Pregnant,
She's
too.
pregnant.
Now, no.
Pregnant?
Scarlett Johansson, I like.
All right, okay, all right.
I'm not going to give you Keira Knightley. Jennifer Connelly, she lives in Brooklyn.
She's hot.
Right, and she lives in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Age appropriate kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's right,
Has kids in school. Kids do well.
You go back to school after being a journalist. You go back to Harvard. You get a law degree.
Right.
Rudy Giuliani turns you down. You wanted to work for him.
Yes.
As a... I
wanted to be a prosecutor.
You wanted to be a prosecutor. Your grades weren't high enough? You were a Harvard graduate.
I had a couple of Bs. He said, I don't need anybody with Bs.
Why did you get Bs?
Because there's a lot of I love the corporate courses. I love corporate finance. I love tax. Anything involving business. But there were a lot of other courses.
Isn't it funny? The guy with the greatest grades isn't always the greatest attorney. You might have been great for him.
Giuliani thought I would have been. In retrospect, he realized I could have been. And I interviewed with Romney, too.
You did? He turned you down?
He didn't want you
No,
either?
he was saying, listen, 18-hour days, 7 days a week. Did a lot of there was a lot of math to his interview. He asked me about a lot of present value questions, and I was fine on it. But then in the end, he goes, look, you have to devote your life to me. And I didn't really want to devote my life to Romney.
I want to thank you for supporting this merger. And I'll tell you why. Forget it. Let's say I wasn't involved. This is a travesty. This really is a travesty.
And you wonder how many things that we aren't interested in are bought and sold like this all the time.
You're absolutely right. This is an injustice. It's an injustice. I'm not kidding.
What is it that I'm not tracking? Because I'm aware of XM and Sirius. what is it I'm not tracking that these guys are up to every single day, and who's getting paid out, and why can't there just be an honest decision made whether these two companies can merge?
I think that you are not in a position to influence a local congressional election.
Right.
I think the local radio guys have somehow made it so that they believe, the congressmen believe, that their names will never be mentioned on local radio again if they vote for this deal.
I think it's different than that. I think it's much more devious, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I think what's going on here is that there's many lobbyists out there, and they say to these guys, these congressmen, they say to them, listen, when you get out of being in office, you want to come speak to the NAB for a couple of $100,000. You want to come. You want a radio show. You want access to the media. Do you want favorable media?
You're something. You're right. That's more sophisticated than the analysis I was offering.
I don't know.
Because
Maybe
it's absolutely true that they need airtime, and I think that they're worried. Now, see, the real investigation should be the link between terrestrial radio and the Congress people. Why the heck are they stopping this? Because they never come out and say it. They always say it's for the good of the American people. It's clearly not for the good of the. How could it possibly be for the good of American people to have two companies?
Absolutely.
Right.
You've hit it right on the head. Come on, we all see the scam here. First of all, Jim Cramer, I should mention, I didn't even mention this, his show Mad Money is weeknights 6 and 11 on CNBC.
Yeah, thank you.
The CNBC hires lots of hot chicks to be on the channel.
We have a lot of very intelligent women and men.
Fox does it. Right. MSNBC does it. CNBC does it. They hire hot women. Who is the hottest woman on your channel?
Oh, man.
Go ahead. Come on.
All women are beautiful.
No.
All women are beautiful.
Ed, you're
yes,
on.
I love women.
Hey. You're talking to the man who loves women more than you.
I love women. The idea of discrimination on the idea of one or two characteristics seems false to me.
What do you think of Robin's weight loss?
Nice.
How does
Robin,
he
stand up.
My weight
Stand up.
weight
Come
loss?
on. Show him.
Show me something.
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Stand.
What
please.
am I supposed to show
Look.
you?
Whoa.
Oh, doctor.
Ed, you're on the air. Ed, go ahead.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, Howard. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, Jim, have you ever nailed that piece of ass, Aaron Burnett? Come on.
Aaron is a good friend of mine. We were out on Friday. I love her, and I think she's really smart. I think she's just one of the great stars we have.
Come on, she's the same numbskull.
I call her wonderful and fabulous every day on my show. So how I have to
She
stipulate.
said the word shit on the air the other day.
No, she said SH and then IT.
Was that wrong or right?
I'm not a big on a regular station, not a paid station. I think it's a problematic thing to curse.
She called the president a monkey. He's still the president of the United States. Wrong or right? Wrong or right? Come on.
I think
let's go.
that was it.
Call the president.
I wasn't happy with that, but I know she's trying to have a little fun. She's making a little difference. It's not something I would say, but she said it. She works incredibly hard. She's brilliant. She's really one of the great people that at the network. She's
Sounds
fabulous.
like someone has a crush.
Well, I love her. Okay, I love her, and she knows I love her.
How long have you been married?
20 years. 20 years.
Is it still hot?
No, no. No, it doesn't have that characteristic
Boredom
anymore.
has set in?
Well, no. A little more than that. A little more in terms of the separation.
You're separated?
Oh. Well, it's kind of. I've talked about it before. It's not an easy topic.
Oh, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Hit the
It's
end
not
of
an
the
easy
road?
topic.
Maybe if she had a stock ticker coming out of her ass.
She's an unbelievably great woman, and we worked together for years and years. And
you're separated? When did this happen?
You're going to have to split up the $100
It's been
million?
for a while. But she's fabulous.
Prenup?
Willingly,
You got a prenup?
Willingly, I will.
You will.
Willingly.
You will give him $50 million.
Absolutely. She helped every single step of the way. We worked together. There is no one more deserving of something. No, I'm not even. It's unquestionable.
What will it feel like to write a $50 million check?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
You say good?
Yeah.
Good.
Deserves every bit of it.
When did this happen? I don't know. It's
been a while. We're very quiet about it. She's just great.
I saw her on 60 Minutes. She was standing right at your side.
We're very quiet about it.
Will this ruin your show? Will it affect your show? When I got my divorce, they said it will ruin the show. Can it ruin you?
I think that we talk every day, and we love our kids, and
So who you dating, pal?
Oh, well, that's a little private.
Wait
that's
a second.
Private. That's private.
Look at you.
That's private.
Midlife crisis?
Lifelong crisis.
This is a crisis.
Lifelong I've never seen it when it wasn't a
Let's
crisis.
face it, 20 years you were married. All of a sudden,
Still
the Kramer
married.
show
Still
takes
married.
off on CNBC.
Still married.
And the women suddenly look at you in a different light. What
They
happened?
looked at me that I was crazy, and everyone knows that I'm crazy,
Was there
and
an
I don't
affair?
even mind.
Was there an affair?
No, it's just that, we just.
You met someone, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it's just that I really loved my work. I think I did a lot of.
I'm not-
I'm not
this
kidding.
is
I did a lot of.
PR.
No, everybody knows that I kind of went overboard about my work, and it was not.
I held out for
I would
20
admit
years
it too,
myself.
but I would admit that I have not been. I don't think I was. By no
How
means.
young is the poontang that you are now getting?
No,
Come on,
jeez.
let's be
Oh,
honest.
come
Kramer
on, man.
on poontang.
No, Kramer on Exxon.
Come on.
No, Kramer on Chevron. Kramer not unless it has a stock symbol.
you're
I'm
having
not
a
in love
nervous
with
breakdown.
it. Oh, jeez. Well,
Jim, as an Eagles fan, are you still
There you go.
are you
Huh.
still haunted by Lawrence Taylor sacking Ron Jaworski every fucking week they play?
I have to admit that I hate. Look, Carl Banks, Leonard Marshall, Lawrence Taylor, total heroes
Wilbur
of mine.
Montgomery, Ron Jaworski.
Are you dating someone?
Pussies.
I
Harold Carmichael. Pussies.
Come on, be honest. Be honest.
Hey.
It's in all angles.
Well, there's someone else in that defense. Harry Carson. Harry Carson.
Isn't it true you keep a state-by-state age of consent chart in your pocket? So that you do not-
I have every company memorized by state. That's been my strong
Robert, what do you
suit.
think happened here? The man got very famous.
Oh,
he got,
jeez.
I don't think your timeline is correct. He's been famous for quite a while. He's
All
been
right.
doing the show for
Thank
quite
you.
a while.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
just
for that
think-
timeline.
Is it
That
Kra-
you look thin.
Is it a real life? Is it a real life Kramer versus Kramer we're looking at?
No, it's a consensual Oh, yeah. Ooh. He was with a K. I'm with a C.
Look at you.
Yeah.
There's a lot more
Oh.
to you than I know. Now, what
Wow.
about that beautiful place in New Jersey? I saw it on 60 Minutes, a farm, a whole thing. Is that gone?
Oh.
You're going to move to the city, aren't you?
No, it's that was not that.
Bachelor pad.
I didn't. That was and that ended up not with me.
You're in Jersey. You got to come to my kickoff
This is my
party. I'm
favorite
in your
place, too.
neighborhood.
That's your favorite place, and you don't have it.
No, but it's okay. It's okay because it's
No,
just
it's
property.
not. You look
it's just
like
property.
you
no.
look like you're going to throw up.
I know.
It was very difficult
I
because
bet.
I
You had
loved
horses. You had all things.
Oh, cows.
So what you're saying
Longhorns.
is your wife was there at 5 a.m. every day trading in Sweden with you and working.
I will say absolutely she was
Really?
for many years, and she
Harvard
was
girl?
fabulous.
Not a Harvard girl.
No, Stony Brook. Fabulous.
not bad
Started
school.
as a clerk, worked her way up, did a fantastic job, was my partner for many years.
All right, so
she
you're
was
very
the head
honorable.
trader. There is no doubt in my mind that in 1998, when my firm was in bad trouble, she came back from after having 2 kids, sat there, and on the big days of the year, got me out of the jam. I have nothing but unbelievably positive things to say about what she did.
Good woman.
Fabulous
I have
woman.
nothing negative to say about her.
Fabulous.
She's your friend. She's my friend. Go ahead. Yes, Fafafui.
I didn't see the 60 Minutes piece, but Lisa G said she saw it. She said that they sort of say in the piece that you're a terror to work for. Do you think you're a terror to work for?
I always I use using a Stalin model. Stalin, yeah. I said that you had to give me
I'm already
6
out.
out of 7 days
genocide?
a week.
Well, listen.
The deal was I
He's
would make you
managing-
rich if you work with me, but it wouldn't be fun.
Right.
Oh,
Because
hey.
he takes his
Sure.
responsibility seriously.
Right.
Yeah, it's people's money you're
And
talking
I
about.
did
Howard's the
make
direct
money.
opposite. You don't get rich, but you have a blast.
That's right.
Well,
See? I'm smarter that
I
way.
think people. I always just looked at I never looked at their resume. If they were team sports players, if they had a good attitude, they were in, and they could stay as long as they want. But most of the people left because they got rich and wanted to move on.
Larry, you're on the air in Chicago. Watch Jim Cramer on Mad Money weeknights at 6 and 11 on CNBC. And Jim's book, Stay Mad for Life, is in stores now. We'll get to that in a second. But go ahead, Larry.
Hi, Howard. I got a question for Mr. Kramer, and I got a question for you.
All right, quickly.
Why don't can we find out the names of these Congress people that he's mentioning that are in the back pocket of terrestrial radio?
It seems like all of them.
There's a couple who have issued press.
No, you got to be specific here.
I believe Conyers has taken some money from the terrestrial radio.
I don't know about that, but I'm going to investigate. You do know that,
Oh,
Fred?
yeah, absolutely. Clear Channel.
Oh, Conyers. Yeah, we
exactly.
talked about
we
him.
talked about him.
$10,000 in 2006.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. That's
for
problematic.
10 grand. It's
It's a shame how easily you could buy a congressperson.
You had a second question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, Howard, if there is a merger between the two, are you still going to run those stupid commercials you've been running since you've been on the air? Or
Yes, the talk stations do have commercials. That is true, but they try.
Our commercials.
Our commercials are very smart, by the way.
Have you not heard the ball cleaning one?
Yeah, I mean, this one keeps your penis and balls smelling fresh. It's no Doro, and I
Nothing
recommend
stupid about that.
it. There's nothing dumb about that.
They do hate the fact that so much of your music does not have commercials because they feel the pressure to cut out their commercials. So therefore, you make them less profitable. You know that's part of what this is all about.
Right, and their advantage is that they're free and they're in every home.
Right.
They have nothing to worry about. If they put on good programming, they should have no problem.
You will be in 16 million cars that are sold every year.
That's right.
If this deal goes through, they are petrified about that.
They're pissing their pants.
They also hate the fact that you have that option where you just give them your card and they just charge you a month. So no one ever feels like they're paying for it once they paid the first time.
Right.
And they know that, too. They know that, and they have said over and over again that this would not hurt them one bit, but it would kill them.
Yeah.
You know what they mean? They do both sides.
So obviously there's competition. But so how can they say it's a monopoly?
Do you make radio better or worse for the American people?
Let me think about it for a second. I don't want to answer frivolously. Do I make radio? You answer too quick.
Yeah.
Do I make radio better or worse for the American people? Better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why don't we buy some congressmen? Let's get into the game.
They know. And
why we're not.
How much?
Rob, there's another thing going on here. See, they figure that if they can stall this thing long enough, both you guys will run out of money. I'm not kidding.
That's right.
And you'll both go bankrupt.
That's
This
right.
is just, we look at their balance sheets, we see how much they're paying.
Yes.
If we can keep this deal in limbo for another 18 months, you're going to run out of
They're
money.
going to bankrupt companies that employ a lot of people.
And people will be out of jobs.
Well, but remember, your competitor doesn't have the financing that you do. So they figure that one of these two will go out of business.
Right.
And the other one won't be able to pay your salary. They'll be able to have to lay off everybody. This is about taking jobs away from you guys and taking choice away from the American people, which is why it is a ridiculous travesty.
It is pretty wild. Let me ask you about this book. This is a new book?
Yeah.
What will it help me get rich?
This is a book for, a lot of people, they keep changing the law. It's about how to save with a 401k. It's about how to put money away for a 529.
People should read this. A lot of people don't like to look at their finances. A lot of people are lazy about it, but then all of a sudden they reach a certain age and they go, shit, I don't have anything.
Right, but this is like I say you should give, when a kid gets born, you give them one share of stock so they get a little more familiar with the process.
People need to know about this stuff, how to teach your kids how to work their money and do this kind of thing.
Remember, a company used to take care of you, so you did need to know. Now the companies have all phased it out. You got to do it yourself. They don't really give you any advice. It's very rapacious, so the book tries to answer that.
One last prediction. When will we see the merger ruled on, favorably or unfavorably?
I am predicting.
Go ahead.
I am predicting that this is a done deal by June, provided
Wow.
that you and I and a couple other people stand up and say this is the most ridiculous thing we've ever seen the government try to block. In 8 years, I've never seen them so vigilant about something.
Yeah, well, it's great that you say, with me, they're just going to say, oh, he works for Sirius. But the fact is you don't have a financial interest in this.
No skin in the game other than to say, I cannot believe all the mergers that I have seen just been rubber stamped. And the level of scrutiny, the number of people, how many times are they going to call people to Washington? It is just crazy.
You were a good guest. You didn't come out and tell us who you're dating. You didn't tell us when you lost your virginity, but you were a great guest anyway. Next time.
Thank you very much.
What happens
You didn't even tell us how big your penis was?
No, I
Save that
didn't
for
really
next
go
time.
into the size issue, which shows you that I have a decorum and I'm kind of like Bishop Tutu meets, like Dalai
Ozzy
Lama.
Osbourne.
Right?
What happens first? The Eagles win their first Super Bowl or this merger?
Oh, well, that's not even an issue.
Jim Cramer.
The merger going
It better be the merger.
Jim Cramer's on Mad Money. You should check him out. He really actually makes finance fun. It's a tough subject to kind of breathe some excitement into.
Black and Decker, baby.
Yeah, Black and Decker's
Black
going
and
higher.
Decker for Artie.
That
Thank
goes
you
higher.
for that, and maybe I'll throw a few dollars that way myself. Weeknights at 6 and 11 on CNBC.
Thank you.
Good for you. And Jim's book, Stay Mad for Life. Get it. Teach the kids how to invest a little money. This is the kind of stuff that you got to look into. The book is called Stay Mad for Life, in stores now. Pleasure to see you. Pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Howard.
Thank you.
An honor, because
And-
you are. You're a great businessman besides being a great talent and someone I've always looked up to. And anyone who is at my companies knows that.
Don't try to drive the stock up.
Yep. Jim, thanks.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you very much.
Jim, how do you think it went in there today?
Oh my God! Well, it's just first of all, it's kind of a dream to be on the show, and this is one of the things that there was a big party for the Giants in town this morning, and I had to pass on it, and everyone knew, and probably half of them just said, "Oh my God, I got to now stay home and listen to you rather than go to their own party," because this is a very big show in my town, a very big show among my friends.
Now,
actually, by the way, just, I would not even bother to tell them when I'm on half the other shows that I'm on, that I'll go on a major network show, because everybody listens. And everybody listened, and everyone took the product. Everyone took serious when he left. So it just means a lot to me.
So, Jim, you gave Artie some advice on what he should do with his Super Bowl winnings.
Right.
You think he's better off investing, like you said, or
no, he is, and that's a
gambling
stock.
again?
That's a stock that I have spent a lot of time on. And the reason I gave it to him is that I think the expectations are so low that it's almost really hard for it to get hurt in that stock. And I really love management, so I'm very close to it.
And final word, you're confident on the XM Sirius merger?
No, oh, absolutely. But a lot of it is just going to be because I'm nonstop on this. I am not going to let thank you. I am not going to let this deal not go through, because I cannot believe that justice, I cannot believe that Congress people are so interested in this. You know that there has to be a monetary reason, because it's certainly not for the benefit. It's the benefit of the consumers to have the deal go through. So I'm not stopping. I have no skin in the game other than the fact I can't stand a travesty. Just can't stand it.
All right, Jim, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, guys.
Artie, so are you going to invest your Super Bowl winnings like Kramer told you? Or advised you?
I might. I don't know. We'll see.
He's saying Black & Decker's the
I may buy another
thing.
fucking house. If he says housing's coming back, I'll put a down payment on another fucking house. That's how fucking aggressive I am. Fuck him. I'm getting another couple of houses. Throw a few fucking families in there that are minority-type families and be a slumlord. Then resell it, put them out on a fucking street.
Sounds like a plan.
Blockbuster, gentrification, motherfuck it. Peace. Increase.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hello, I'm JD. On Monday's wrap-up show, I came in and talked about the lovely, gorgeous Jenny McCarthy, who I was in love with before, but after she admitted to liking to choke on cock, I just fell head over heels. So I came in and talked about that, and then later on, Sal Governale came in and talked about his new chompers. So there you go.
Let's talk about Jenny McCarthy, because she looked fantastic today, and I think the person who really was the most gaga over it used to be Gary. Gary has admitted Jenny McCarthy, he's a big fan. That was his free pass, and he really dug her. But I think that was eclipsed by JD today, who was in love with Jenny McCarthy and got to go in at the end of the interview and totally fumbled it, and then told Benji he loved him, which I did not know where that came from, Ted. So we'll talk to JD about him meeting Jenny. But when Jenny said why she hadn't come in for a number of years, she said it was autism, and she was sort of depressed and dealing with the issues and this and that. And Howard went back at her a couple times, and she stuck to her guns, because one thing Jenny does say is that she's not going to lie, and she'll answer practically any question, which she did about, her blowjob research, her 3-hour orgasms, her using the calendar method for birth control, which I think is insane. God bless her. And now she's moved on to a better place with Jim and Oprah sort of out of her life. And now joining us on the wrap-up show is Jenny McCarthy's biggest fan, who within, I would say...
I don't know if I'm her biggest, but...
today you were.
Well, yeah, today, listen.
15 seconds into the interview, JD was hooked. I mean, and then when you went in there...
15 seconds in, she goes, I love choking on cock. I mean, how can that not be... that's like magic to a guy's ears.
Yeah, especially because now I have it as a drop. But,
especially from a hot chick.
But you were above and beyond. Then when you went in there to talk to her, you told Benji that you loved him? What happened there?
I don't know. No, I didn't. I didn't know what to say. She was looking at Howard. I don't think she turned over to me once, by the way.
You didn't get the time of day?
She said
that Twitter fame didn't work in your favor?
She was locked in on Howard, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to get out of here. I love you, Jenny. For some reason, B came out. I don't know. But it's not Benji.
What about her gets you going so much? I mean, there's a lot of women who pass through these doors, but I've never seen you react quite like that.
Well, she is a beautiful woman,
And, a lot of these ladies, they want to be sort of, ladylike and not sort of, they want to hide the dirty side, behind them, or, they don't want to vocalize it.
How do you know they're all dirty?
Hold on, that's a whole other conversation. But she was like upfront with, she loves sex and she loves to be a dirty girl. So there you go.
You love the way she talked.
Of course. Who doesn't love? It's Jenny McCarthy talking dirty. What is there not to like about that?
She was like Jack Black at Tropic Thunder. I want to lick the ball.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Do you think he's surpassed you in terms of digging Jenny McCarthy?
Absolutely, because I was digging her, but I was trying to, and the best part
Gary
is
has to be a professional, and he's married. I have no limitations.
That's true. But usually, this is how I know JD was really into her. Usually, when you throw a guy into the bus, he goes, "Oh, that's bullshit." The bullshit. He comes and says, "Yeah, I want to tell you, you're fucking hot."
Well, yeah, but that damn Brian Urlacher's got to be in the way.
Do you think Jenny would bang Howard literally this afternoon if he wanted it?
Absolutely.
And it's always been that way. She's always been pretty into him.
You mean if she wasn't with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they were both single, she'd totally bang him this afternoon. She's definitely attracted to him. There's something going on between them, and she's sort of, I don't know how quickly can Howard get a blood test.
Yeah, right. Do you think Howard regrets not banging her during his single time?
I'd say that if there's a top 5 list, it's her and Jillian Barbary would be the 2 top ones, and I don't know how to fill in the rest.
Who's wilder, you think, Jillian Barbary or Jenny McCarthy?
Ooh.
Got to know your head? I got to think about that one.
Well, that totally fits with Jillian.
That was the joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, JD? Give me your assessment, because I know you love both of them.
I don't know, but man, that would be a competition to watch. I'll tell you that.
I guess I think that Jenny's probably a little wilder because she was naked in magazines. But I think Jillian would be naked in Playboy if Fox would let her. So I don't know. It's a tough call.
Jillian seems to me like she sincerely loves sex more than Jenny. I can't tell with Jenny, this is just my thing, how much she's just having fun with the reaction of people saying it.
No, I mean, she's been on the show before. I think she's being pretty genuine.
Doesn't matter. Son of hot.
John, you're on the wrap-up show.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing?
Good.
I hope you can hear me all right. I'm on my cell phone there.
No, I can hear you fine. What's your question?
My only disappointment is after Jenny talked about how sexual she was, they should have got her on the Simeon.
The Sibian, you mean?
An actual monkey.
Oh, I'm telling you what, the way she was talking about having long orgasms and things like that, that would have made for classic, like that one gal that's supposed to have the brain tumor or whatever, that I can't think of that porn star's name that was on there that had that massive orgasm with the guy that created
Raven Alexis.
What were you going to say, JD?
Well, should I tell him what I came into Gary's office and I was like, we need to have her demonstrate this oral technique because she keeps talking all about it. And, I wanted to see it.
You wanted me to get a banana. You were very specific.
I wanted someone to get something in there.
But I mean, Howard tries to gauge.
That's on display.
I mean, she could be very sexual talking about what she's doing, but Howard tries to gauge that. And it could be insulting to her. Even though she was talking about what she was talking about, it might be insulting to get her on the Sibian. And she's got more appearances coming up, and
she was alluding to it.
We better be prepared.
At the beginning, you're right.
Yeah,
she did mention it.
And then I thought to myself, "Oh, that'll be really funny. Maybe she'll get on the Sibian because she's wearing underwear. It's not that big a deal." But she said she wasn't wearing underwear, and then she even said something that her private parts would engulf it or something like that.
I thought she had ridden the Sibian. Who was the big one that
Carmen Electra?
She wore it with. She did it with underwear on.
Did we? Was there something with her peeing in her pants afterwards?
Tickle chair.
Was that Jenny?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Jenny peed in the tickle chair?
She sure did.
I don't remember that.
When it comes to piss, I don't forget.
I get all my water. I'm getting my water in the tickle chair confused because I think So Maria Menounos was the one who spilled all the water on her, right?
Yes.
God. There's a creepy grin again.
No, because I was the one doing it. That's the creepy
Matt in
grin.
California, you're on the wrap-up show.
We all have it, Care.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, listen, I just want to talk a little bit about Jenny McCarthy. Yeah, she was a great guest today, and I got to agree with the last guy about the city and would have been awesome, but she's just very open and very candid. It was a great interview again by Howard. He's just one of the best interviewers probably ever, and it's just pretty awesome. It's really good show today, and Bill Walsh was good, too.
Yeah, I mean, the sex stuff with Jenny was amazing. I've never heard anybody come on the show who has any celebrity at all and be that open. But even the stuff she talked about afterwards, I still thought was great as well. Although JD wanted to go back to her blowjob techniques.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was a really good interview. Thanks for calling. Sal, I see you in here. You went in towards the end of the show to defend your new teeth. Congratulations on that.
And congrats on your new show.
Thank you, my friend. But it seemed that this is one of those situations where Howard had to tell you, don't cover your teeth when you're laughing.
I don't want Gary to see them and make fun of them.
That's where I'm going with this.
First of all, you look like Ross when Ross on Friends
kill
got
me
his teeth
now.
whitened. And
as long as my teeth don't smell like Ross's teeth, I'll be fine. Sorry, Ross. But Gary started, Ross. All right, look like Ross how?
Ross from Friends.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I can't believe
But good work.
Oh, my God.
I was talking about. I said
Sorry,
Ross.
Ross from Friends. Oh, fuck, did I put my foot in my mouth?
You sure did. You are one of a kind.
I just kicked out my new teeth.
But this was one of those situations where it seemed like Howard told you were inappropriate, therefore you're like, you know what, I guess I see that, when you were getting them and the jokes you made and things like that. But do you really feel like you did anything wrong when you were in there?
I think I'm a normal guy. I think I'm getting my teeth done. I have a little gas going. I have a beautiful assistant to the left of me.
If you're so normal, how come you're the only one that seems to get this kind of trouble?
I don't know. You guys bring it to light.
But it should be like everybody should be. You should hear every day, oh, my God, some guy went to the dentist office, used the N-word. You don't only hear about you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't use the N-word N-word, not N-word in a derogatory sense, like when that black guy stole your chocolate, Gary. I used it singing along to a song.
Let's go back to the hits.
But I thought I tried to make the best of it. It was very painful. You know, Gary, how it is. It's you're under a lot of pressure. It hurts. There was pain involved. Not much pain, but at first he missed a spot or two with the Novocaine, and God, my balls went right up my ass. Whoa, because you clench up. And I kind of wanted to break the ice a little bit.
Can we clarify something? I've heard you paid $12,000, $6,000,
Right.
$18,000, paid nothing. What's the truth?
I paid $6,000 for around $5,800 for the lab work, for the teeth itself and the lab work. The dentist did the work, put on the teeth, and they did the gum shaving for free.
Why?
Well, he offered it to me for free.
But who is he to you?
Nobody. Well, I met him through somebody, and he says, look, if you want nice teeth, I can help you out. And he says, I could give you a deal. I'm a fan of the Howard Stern Show. He's a big fan of the show.
Because here's the allegation that's going around the back office.
Yeah.
There was a Page 6 item about it last week. So that basically you got on the air. The rap is you got on the air, gave out the guy's name, got the Page 6 thing, and in exchange you did it for free.
I swear on my children, never called Page 6, never did anything like that. There was no barter there. I'm assuming, which makes logical sense to me, that somebody, either the dentist or the dentist's office, leaked that out. That occurrence did happen. They did put me in a separate room, and they waited for her to leave and then for me to go in because they were afraid she was going to be offended by seeing me. I never besmirched her like they said, so when the news came out, I don't even know what besmirch means.
It's all right, keep going.
So when the news came, Scott the engineer comes into my office that morning, and he goes, well, you made the papers. And he hands me the newspaper, and I read it. I'm like, wow, that's really odd. So no, there was no tie-in with that. The dentist did give me a break. They are big fans of the show.
Well, it's not a break. A break is a break in price. He gave it to you for free.
Yeah,
that's not really a break. He gave it to you completely for free, except for what it cost him.
Right, pretty much. So
Now,
that was very nice of him.
But why would he do that just for you? Like, do you ever feel weird about taking it?
No, I mean, no. He made it perfectly clear that look, this is what I could do for you, can help you, and he had no problem with it. So I thank him.
No,
for
I'm saying, do you have a problem with it?
No, I'm 6,000 in the hole in some capacity. And sure, let's not lie and let's not kid each other. The dentist knows, look, I'm on the air, I have nice teeth, and it'll certainly help him. There is a bartering deal there. That's obvious. But he seems to be pleased. He presented it to me, and he did a great job.
Sal,
and I thank him.
One last question. You talked about getting out of a speeding ticket on the way home?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't talk my way out of it. It was just a ticket.
How fast were you going?
You know, I was on Long Beach Boulevard. I think that's what it's called, in Long Beach, New Jersey. And apparently, it's 4 lanes. But I was going 51, and it was a 35. What's so funny about that?
Because earlier you said you were doing 53 and a 31.
Whatever it is.
And we're like, I've never seen a 31-mile-an-hour zone in my life.
It was right. 35 makes more sense. It's an even, whatever, an odd number, but it's cut off evenly.
Jesus Christ.
That's all.
Do you know that there's not a day that goes by that my son, Lucas, tells one of his friends that I work with a guy who can't find California on the map?
I can
Swear
now.
to God.
I can now. You guys have educated me quite a bit. It's on the West Coast by the Pacific Ocean.
Well done.
Hello, hello. I'm Baba Booey.
And on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Lisa G's sweet and greet, which was a big topic of conversation. Howard doesn't seem to be that happy with it. Lisa wouldn't come in and do the show, but there were a lot of people who wanted to come in and talk about it. Here's what happened.
A lot of people, not just Ronnie, but he was in there pretty vocal about it, but a lot of people are upset about this Lisa G meet and greet issue. And the first thing I want to tackle, Gary, we kind of talked about this off the air, is Lisa treated differently because she wasn't sort of raised by the show? She came in from the outside. Or do you think Howard's not going, Howard could be hitting her harder and he's not for another reason?
This is totally my opinion, but the first thing you said, yes, Lisa worked in the business for a very long time before she worked here, so I think Howard sees her as a colleague. Even though they may not be equals in the same business, they are in the same business, and there's a totally different way you're treated when you've worked and come to work here as opposed to being raised here. I think I get more shit than Lisa might get just because Lisa had a career before here, and in Howard's eyes, he built my career.
What about Ronnie's point, which he's been making for a long time, probably a number of years, I would say, that Lisa isn't a team player. And when you hear, she's doing this, she's not part of the show, or I don't even know what she said. And again, Lisa, you're more than welcome to come down and defend yourself.
She doesn't work for the Howard Stern show. She works for Sirius XM. What kind of comment is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Lisa has always gotten away with. Ronnie says she's not a team player. She's not participated in things under the guise of I work in the news department. I have a certain reputation to keep up. But I think once you've opened the door to utilizing the show to put on a sweet and greet or whatever you're going to sweet and greet, whatever it's called, then you have to sort of say, well, I got to be part of the team, which means letting Howard TV come, which means letting Jason come and cover it. And Howard's right. Like, I said this even at K-Rock a bunch of times on the air, almost to my own detriment. I work for the Howard Stern show. I love that I worked at K-Rock and I work for Tom, but at the end of the day, if Howard says let's pick up and go, I'm going with Howard.
But why is Lisa's event getting under Howard's skin? I mean, Benji's got his project. Ronnie's got the block party. I'm not sure what Will has, but all that stuff, why is Howard dwelling on Lisa's? Why is that the one that's really pissing him off?
I'm not sure, but I would have to go back to the idea that it's really not providing any sort of entertainment in any way.
And you know what? I think he's even a little irked at the block party a little bit.
How so?
I don't know. He just, I think, and he doesn't like so much being exposed with the show. He likes, everything sort of, he doesn't sell stuff like Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh or whatever. So he doesn't want to have a whole lot of. He thinks a little. I mean, I don't know.
It's trading off the show's name,
something like that, and he just doesn't like so much exposed with his stuff.
If you go back to the old days of the show, Stuttering John and I went out and did a version of the block party many years ago, and we got our asses handed to us. Right? Then John doubled on back and did a more interesting version of the block party, which was just basically John hiring 3 unbelievable comedians and taking most of the money. And for some reason, Howard didn't seem to mind that. I always wondered why. And again, with the block party, Howard doesn't seem to mind. But there's one thing the block party provides that Lisa's not provided yet, which is a lot of content. Although she's providing content now, I think that the block party comes back to us every week with stories that are fun and interesting for the show.
Right. It feeds the Howard Stern show. Right. Therefore, Howard's more tolerant of it. If I don't know if I'm using the right word there.
I just wanted to say, too, having been a listener for so many years, I know what not to do going into something like this.
Well, like what?
Well, like, for example, not putting Howard's name all over an event that he's not going to be a part of. I remember John getting chewed out for Howard Stern and Friends, and then it was Stuttering John and Friends, and, from the Howard Stern show. And Howard Stern's name would be 10 times, 10 times bigger than anybody else's name.
Shuli and Friends.
No, Shuli and Friends. No, but I make sure that,
But Lisa isn't doing that in this
No,
instance.
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying those, for what Gary was saying was when they used to catch shit in the older days for doing this, it just... you got to go into it respecting the fact that he's the reason why we're all getting a chance to do this.
Ronnie, why do you think Howard's so bent out of shape about Lisa's event?
Pretty much for the same reason everybody else is thinking, because there's nothing there. She's not doing anything. She's charging a lot of money.
Baking and talking.
She's not even, according to what I heard, you're going to have to pay $103.49. and then you have to pay for your cupcakes and your coffee.
Oh, I heard there was a free cupcake. With
well, maybe that's from Lisa, but from the place itself, you're gonna, if you want to purchase, if you want coffee, if you want a drink or whatever, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Oh, so anything above and beyond the free cupcake is on you.
I'm assuming that Lisa's bringing the cupcakes. She's not making anything very clear what she's actually doing.
Are you insinuating that while Lisa's meeting and greeting, she may be running a cash bar?
I don't know.
I think he's more than insinuating that, Gary.
I don't know. And I said, Lisa, they're looking for you down at the rap show. I can't come today.
I can tell you.
There you go. I mean, why aren't you down here defending what you're doing?
I will just say this, and I'm not going to give Lisa too hard a time. She should be here to defend herself. If she doesn't want to be, I'm not going to hammer her too hard. But today, I was very much like a traffic cop. There were a lot of people coming to me during the show when Lisa was in there telling me this, telling me that, telling me this. And all roads seem to lead, at least people's belief that works here, is that this is all based out of some sort of jealousy that Lisa has towards almost everybody on the show, in the sense like, why does the Block Party get to go out? Why does Benji get to go out? Why does John Hein have a TV show? Why does Lieberman get to go on CNN? And I'm not saying that it's all based in rational thinking. And like you said, John, you went out and auditioned for the show. She may just be feeling that she's missing something, so this is her attempt at getting something going.
Well,
but then I would tell her.
Can I say something, John? That's what irks me with this whole thing, with this whole thing she's doing, because as soon as Howard started to hammer her about it, she brought us into it and like trying to make us the bad guys also. Like we're doing something wrong because he's hammering her.
Or we're providing the same amount of entertainment or whatever.
Well, she went flat out and said, hey, she's not doing anything less or more than Ronnie and JD are doing.
That's not true.
What do you do?
I host a show.
And that's what she's doing. She's hosting.
Yeah, but she's not hosting. And
there's nothing beyond her hosting.
She's not introducing, like I'm introducing Shuli. I'm introducing JD, or he's introducing me, or whatever. I'm introducing.
So you want credit for introducing JD?
That's what show needs an MC, okay? That's what I started off doing.
There's nothing beyond the MC.
I never said I was.
What do you do, Dopey?
Dude, I was
Fuck
never
off. Get out of here.
I was never
Stop
said I was a
lying.
fucking comedian.
No, but
Will's
making a point here.
Right.
I mean, Lisa is hosting the
He's not making
event,
a point. He's
being
being
the
an
MC.
asshole.
No, she is.
But what is she giving with it? A cupcake?
Yes.
For $103.
Well, you could talk to
Come
Lisa.
on.
It's okay, so I'll play devil's advocate. It's there's women who listen to the show who may not want to go to the block party because
Okay.
it's a little racy for them.
Right.
They're more in Lisa's sort of thinking. They'd like to hang out with Lisa and talk about what it's like to be a woman on the Howard Stern show, and they'd like to. It's a small gathering, like a cocktail party, not a drunken party like the block party is.
It's
Fine.
a symposium,
Fine.
if
But
you will.
don't knock. Why knock us though? Because he's hammering her. Why bring us into it?
I'll tell
What do
you
we
why.
have to do with it?
This is my theory. You guys tell me if I'm off here. I think she brings it in because she feels like you and Scott and JD and other people are kind of on the same level as she is, and if you guys can do it, why can't I do it?
Because
she brought me into it too for the same reason, I think.
But the difference is, John, we are doing a show. What she is doing is not a show. It's showing up at a bakery and hanging out with fans. That's not a show. That's a Q&A. That's a town hall meeting.
But okay, so I'll jump on that one and I'll say there's plenty of people who go to college campuses and that's all they do is a Q&A. They'll go in.
That's fine, but don't pull in a comedy show and say this is the same exact thing that I'm doing. It's not. It's just not. There's a show. There's content.
Aaron and Dayton, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, good afternoon again. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to comment. I mean, during the fight week, of course, we heard that Stuttering John got his ass reamed by Howard for going out, using the show for personal gain. And at this point in the game, everybody on the show, I mean, with the exception of you, John, I mean, you was, somewhat famous beforehand, but everybody at this point, using the show for personal gain and monetary value. But, and of course, at this, what I'm getting at is, I'm sure she's not making a whole lot of bread, and she's putting at a point where she's, giving a little bit to charity. She's also, paying for a venue. She's probably paying for the wine and all that shit. And she's also like Gary said, part of the show. So
all right, so Aaron's sort of defending Lisa here.
We
and saying
pay.
she's
We
doing
pay.
nothing.
We pay for a venue.
Yeah, I mean, she's good. That's a weird thing to say because whatever she's paying for or not paying for, she will walk away with a profit of some sort.
Yeah, she has no
Dude, when we
overhead,
do the
really.
block party shows, we pay for a venue.
Of course.
So I mean,
here's a question John and I were kicking around today. If Lisa said, "I'm going to be at the coffee shop," For $100, you can come and you get a cupcake and everything, and I'm going to play the violin for an hour.
Okay.
Would that change your perception of what she's doing?
That's a concert. That's a concert.
Absolutely. At least she's doing something other than having 30 people show up and then just sit around and schmooze with them.
Anthony, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's going on? I'm a big Shuli fan. I mean, I'm a stand-up comedian. I've moved out here to PA from California, and just the transition there. But she's promoting the show because she is bringing. She's using the Stern Show as saying, I'm bringing the female listeners and trying to make money off that, because the block party is just completely different from what she's trying to do. She doesn't have an act. So she's using the show to get the female listeners out there to make money. I mean, she's got to rent a car.
But why is it? But why is that wrong? I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Why, if you could say that Shuli and Ronnie are using the show to get male listeners to come out and see male-based humor, even though there's a lot of women there as well. So if Lisa feels she's going to talk to female listeners, why is that wrong?
But why does she have to make money of it? If she started to support the show and won a gig, she should be able to be like, "Hey, I'm Lisa G. Come, get listeners to be more attracted to her, not because I need to make some money."
Why should the guys from the block party make money? Shouldn't they just be? Shuli's a comedian. Shouldn't he
because
be out there for the joy of making people laugh?
Also, would it matter to you?
I pay money to go see the block party. I pay money to go see the block party. I was up in Canada and I saw the block party. It was fucking awesome. It was fun.
But you haven't
Anthony, people don't have to spend money to go to Lisa's event. They just won't go.
Right. The reason I wanted to pick up his call is because he said Lisa's scamming people. And I think that's a poor choice of words, because I think Lisa's being very upfront about what she's doing. I don't think there's any scam involved.
Well, you know what? We should get Jason down here, because he said that he feels like she's scamming people big time.
But she's being very upfront about it. I mean, I don't think anybody who pays can't walk away surprised with what they're getting.
What were you going to say, Benji?
Well, would it matter? As I said before, I don't think there's anything wrong, and I think Lisa could say she's putting on an event in a different kind of way, but she's still putting on an event. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, except I felt she was being very hypocritical towards when she was criticizing me. But would you guys say it's any different if, let's say, this cupcake place hired her for an appearance and they paid her?
I think that's different, because you're not taking money from the listeners.
Right.
That's a huge difference right there. In other words, the cupcake place paid her. She goes there. Listeners can come for free and meet Lisa. And I think you sort of get the same result, but you're not taking money from the listeners.
And I don't think the event itself rubbed people the wrong way. I think the price she came up with, I think, might have rubbed a few people the wrong way.
And the word I keep hearing, too, from some people is that there seems to be a sense of entitlement. But I'm not sure for what. Like, Lisa's entitled to make money off the show, or I'm not sure what people think Lisa's entitled to do. But Jason's here. And Jason, we were just talking about how there was a caller on the line who said he felt that Lisa was scamming people. And I said, well, she's definitely not. That's a poor choice of words. She's being very upfront about what she's doing. But you say she's scamming. So,
well, I wouldn't use scamming means like, she's lying to somebody. I think she's exploiting. I think she's ripping off. I think that we have a fan base that will pay money to be part of the show, like going to see Shuli and Ronnie's thing. Now, you could say, first of all, I don't even like the fact that their show has been lumped in with this Lisa G thing. They are so two totally separate things. I think it's unfair to them to even lump it in. Lisa made a name for herself from this show in the last 10 years, 5 years on this show.
7 years.
7 years.
But Lisa will tell you that she was been in New York radio for 23 years before this.
Yes, but she is not going on other radio shows to promote this. She's promoting Lisa G, as far as I know, from the Howard Stern Show, to go and sit and pay money and see her. To me, that is using the goodwill that Howard has built up with the fan base and is exploiting that. And Howard, who is our boss, can put his name on anything and sell it and make money on it. Stephen King could put his name on any piece of crap book and sell it and make money off it. But they have integrity, and they care more about their fans than Lisa does.
So why is this getting under your skin so much, Jace? Because you were like fuming back
there. I know this is going to sound corny, but I love our fans. Like, I really do. I was one of them, and I know how easy it is if you wanted to. Will and I don't know if we have the same draw as Lisa, but Will and I can go out and do this too. We could say, hey, come spend $100 and hang out with me and Will. We're not doing anything. We're just hanging out. I personally think it's disgusting to do something like that.
You and Will?
I don't want to speak for you, Will.
Actually, I'll be at Belmont on Saturday. If you want to buy me free beers, I'm more than open to that.
I think I think
Doesn't need a ride.
I think she hasn't earned the right to do what she's doing. I think that she's doing something that, despite people comparing it to the Block Party and other events, that isn't even in the same league as those things. And quite frankly, I'm surprised by a lot of what Howard's let go over the years compared to where he was 10, 15 years ago.
Chuck, you're on the wrap-up show.
How's it going, John?
Hey, Chuck, it's JD's dad. Chuck, who wants to chime in? Was this about the Facebook thing, or is this about the Lisa G thing?
He wants the exact address to Facebook.
I won't stay on too long. First, I enjoyed your show on the fast food mania thing the other day. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks for. I appreciate someone in the Harmeyer family watching the show. Thank you.
I haven't been able to listen too much of the show, but I wanted to let everybody know that this Friday night I'm going to be at the Fridays in Westchester, and for $50 you can get whatever appetizer you want, and we'll tweet.
Hey, Chuck, if I come to you, can I look at like JD's like grammar school pictures and stuff? Can you bring all that crap?
Sure.
Some of his report cards.
It's going to be the eat and tweet. And
Chuck, I'm taking from your comments that you think what Lisa's doing isn't right.
I think it's hilarious. That anybody would actually pay, but if
Guys, the event's going to be
make
lovely.
some money out of it, more power to her.
But so how about the argument that, hey, Lisa's really upfront with what she's doing? She's saying exactly what it is. I mean, why do you think somebody's being taken advantage of in the sense that they don't? Somebody says, hey, I want to meet Lisa G. I'm willing to pay that kind of money.
You're taking advantages of people's passion to this show that she had, of course, a part of in it because she works here and contributes to the show. But this isn't this is.
But you're not
going to
meet. You're not going to meet Howard. That's a given.
But someone could think that there's a one person closer to Howard, and
it doesn't
somehow
matter.
They'll work themselves in.
You've been with the show since the very beginning. Again, I just remember, and I'm a crazy fan. I admit it. I was a crazy fan, just like half the people who have been hired here. And I would have paid untold amount of money to meet you or to meet. Or I would have waited in line, or got excited to meet High Pitch Eric. And yes, at the end of the day, there's really no one to blame but the person partying with their money who chooses to go to this thing. But she is putting the minimal amount of effort into it. Like even what you were describing the Chuck stat, if he brought pictures of JD, that's already providing more content than Lisa G is providing.
And the report card's an extra.
Steve and I were joking the other day,
Always.
maybe we should sell tickets to us arguing about TV shows. We argue about TV shows all the time. Again, that's still providing more content than what Lisa G appears to be providing at this stupid thing where she is telling our fans, asking our fans to pay money to meet me. She's being very upfront. 10% of the net is going to charity, and that's very generous of her. But I just think it's exploitative. I think it's as exploitative as if Howard started putting out junk with his name on it.
Chuck, I gotta let you go because a bunch of people on the horn. Anything else you want to say?
Give me the horn. Give me the horn.
I enjoy the show. Have a good day.
Thanks, Chuck. Go check out the Pirates take on the Reds. Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, now.
Hi, Ralphie.
This is all very muddy. I mean, if you allow for one, you have to allow for all. I mean, whether it's money for a cupcake or money to see a train wreck, it's what people want to pay. And I don't see why Lisa is being, who's Jason to decide what her appearing somewhere is worth to somebody.
Well Ralph, the reason why this whole thing started is because Howard says it bothers him and he doesn't know why. So you're pretty close to Howard. Why do you think it bothers him?
Well, listen, I know what Jason's saying in the sense of like, hey, she's not doing much. She's just coming there and showing up. But you know what? That's what an evening with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby just shows up. Maybe people want to go there for Lisa's personality. Maybe she's going to give recipes. I don't know what the fuck she's going to do there, but I don't know how that's any different than the block party.
But you don't know how that's different than the block party.
Hold on.
No, I don't.
We'll explain that in a second. But all that being said, Ralph, Gary's question is a good one. Like, why does this get under Howard's skin versus the block party, versus the TV shows, versus Benji's song,
Bill
versus
Cosby.
all the other stuff? Why do you think this is irking Howard?
Because this isn't, but maybe because the block party is such a train wreck that it provides content on the show. Ronnie goes out there and acts like an idiot, and then you've got tape of it, and Howard TV is filming it, and it provides content for the Howard Stern show. But I think it just sends signals to you can't allow one and not allow the other. Like, who are you guys to sit there and decide? Like, okay,
well, first of all, we don't. Howard does.
Yeah, but Ralph, wouldn't you agree that? And I was going to get into this a little bit, but you brought it up. Wouldn't you say on this show there's different rules for different people?
Absolutely, yeah.
So then when you say you have to allow for one, you have to allow for another, really, Howard's running a monarchy. He has to allow for whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Artie used to get away with crap that none of us could get away with.
That's right.
And because he was Artie.
Yeah, and that worked out really well.
Well, I'm just saying that's what happens under that. Anybody could do whatever anybody wants rules.
What Artie was allowed to get away with business-wise had nothing to do with what happened
No,
here.
he got away with a ton of stuff here that we got. If I slept in the office as much as he slept on the air, I don't think I would have been treated with the same kid gloves.
Absolutely, because you're not as funny as Artie.
No, I'm not. Right. The people are treated differently here.
Yeah. And that just doesn't work well. It just sends out a bad message to everybody.
But again, I fundamentally disagree with you. I think Ronnie's block party does skirt the line of what Howard used to be angry about in the day when John and Gary tried to go out to do stuff and Howard didn't want it to become the traveling Howard Stern show. And I do think it comes up against that line. But at the end of the day, you know, they're promoting their comedy show. People are buying tickets to their comedy show. I don't know. To me, it's completely different than having a lovely chat with
I will agree that it's different. I don't know if it's completely different. I mean, I think what bothers you is Lisa's looking for a way to make money.
Ralph, would you buy a ticket to just see JD and Ronnie, but no comedy?
I wouldn't even do that.
Me, Gary. Last question: is Howard going to put an end to all this stuff?
It's getting to be rubbing up against that area. Hard to say.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, there was a lot of talk about Sal, shockingly, screwing up a game again. And this is one of those situations where Sal doesn't think he's wrong, is told that he's wrong, and then realizes that he's wrong and tries to explain himself, which he can't do. So we heard Sal tell the story about how it was unfair of Howard to call him a sucker.
Now joining us on the wrap-up show, the great Sal Governale, who said, Howard, you're a sucker at least 20 times today. Actually, Sal, you refused to say it.
That's right.
Those were the drops being played, but...
Why won't you repeat?
Why wouldn't I say it?
Yeah, repeat after Howard.
Because I wouldn't. It wasn't true. If I did something where he felt like a sucker, I would have said it.
Sal, do you feel like the show was used at all in order for you to get those teeth? Or do you think they're two independent things?
Yes, absolutely. I made that perfectly clear on your wrap-up show last time. I said it's inevitable. There's certainly a bartership deal. People are not stupid. The guy was a fan of the show, and I certainly got a break because he was a fan, which is understandable.
But we discussed it wasn't a break.
Right, then the break comes back and bites you on the ass. Nothing is ever really a break. There's a price to be paid, whether it's monetarily or getting the shit kicked out of you by Howard Stern. There's a price to pay, and I've learned it the hard way.
Sal and I talked a little bit today. I was explaining that some of the money was for the actual physical things needed to do this, and the rest of the money was free.
Yeah.
So Sal didn't really get a break. He really got the dental work for free.
Right.
And I explained to him that, as Sal said, nobody gives something for free for nothing. They're always looking for something.
Let me take a step back on this. Sal, do you feel you were unfairly blamed for the problems with the Bigfoot game? Because that's how this all started.
At first, I thought I was. But listen, I'm the one who created the game. The glitch was there. Guilty as charged.
But you said you double-checked it. What did you mean by that?
I double-check all my work. In this particular case, and I don't know why. I don't know why I do these things, but I always give my...
That seems to be the mantra this week. I heard Tim saying that earlier in the week.
It's almost like, how people have a guardian angel? I have like a guardian bully. When I'm going...
A black cloud?
Yeah, when I'm going in the right direction, somebody's kicking me in the balls, just throwing my mind off a little bit, because I always give my CDs to Scott to double-check. And like when Howard asked me, did Scott double-check this one? I said, no. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, he didn't double-check this one. I did, but... inevitably, it was a screw-up on my part.
It's always better to give your stuff to Scott, because then when it screws up, you could blame Scott.
Right.
What happened was there was a glitch. You saw it. Then you went back and saw that there was a track there. But what we figured out is that Bigfoot's answer was so short. Right?
Mm-hmm. It didn't register as a track.
It was a track, but it just goes from one track to the next so quickly, which Richard knew, and he said, Sal just sort of forgot you got to add a little time.
And by the way,
yes.
To say something nice about Scott Salem, that's the kind of crap he really catches.
Right.
Like, I gave him all the impression stuff, and he called me in, he's like, wow, the levels on this are really off on one of them, and we listened to it, and I'm like, good call, and he fixed it, and, that's his job.
And that was my mistake. So I took back that game and double-checked that one. And I had Scott check it. As a matter of fact, I went to Gary today and I said, Gary, give me all the games back. So I'm going through every single game right now as well.
There was a great moment, though, where the game fucked up, so I just start yelling, Sal, to just see where he is. Sal was on his way in, but Howard did play the answer, but Sal didn't realize there was a fuck up. So Sal starts yelling at me, "You owe me a fucking apology, asshole! Fuck you!"
Wait, can I just say? Can I have my headphones on? You guys went from 0 to 1,000 the second Howard said that this isn't working.
There's a reason why.
Before, you guys were yelling so loud at each other that you couldn't hear Howard screaming about who do I have to blame, and I didn't know what was you came out with
it was definitely like a sibling moment.
What happened was I just yelled Sal as loud as I could to see where he was.
I was coming around the bend. I was by the Howard TV room. I saw what happened. I'm like, whoa! Came around the bend, and Gary goes, "Sal, where the fuck are you? What's going on?" I go, "Gary," and then I heard, as I was coming, I heard Howard fix it. I heard the track come through. I'm like, all right, it was a Howard issue, with the CD player. I go, "Howard just fixed it, Gary. How about an apology?" So Gary looks at me and goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's what I started hearing everything.
So then Gary sits in his office. I go, "How about an apology for that?" And Gary goes, "Go fix your teeth, asshole." I go fix your fucking teeth. And all of a sudden, wait a Sal, Howard wants you. It is fucked up. I'm like, oh, God, no.
All I hear over my head.
So this whole argument was going on over attitudes. And in the end, I was called into the studio thinking I was victorious, and boom.
But what you didn't realize when you were in the studio,
you still didn't realize you were wrong.
You didn't realize you were wrong. And Gary is screaming.
Yeah.
He's deflecting. He's deflecting. And I mean, you were charged up, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was trying to make it go somewhere else, but you didn't realize you were wrong. So you were, no, Howard, I don't know what you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there going, oh, my God, Sal's really digging the hole deeper because he doesn't know he's wrong yet.
Yeah.
How did you not know you were wrong, though? Like in what?
Well, I was arguing with Gary. I got called in, and I thought Howard called. I thought somebody sent up a note that Gary and Sal are fighting over the track. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to go in, and then Gary's going to get called in, and Gary apologized to Sal. Here I am thinking it's going to be that way.
And by the way, I just want to say, the desperation move if I'm beating you is you bring up the sleeping.
I know, dude. That was 4 years. I mean, how old is that?
Hey, listen, where am I going to go?
I get it. Yeah. I get it. You're drowning and you grab at anything.
Anything.
But what really, I think, really changed it was, one, I think Howard saw your point a little bit, and I think you were starting to cry.
No, I wasn't.
That's why I ran in.
I got worked up, but I certainly wasn't starting to cry.
I wasn't going to run in with the camera until I looked at the monitor and saw how worked up you were. And I'm like, I better get the fuck in
What
there.
was bringing you to tears? The fact that Howard thought you were lying, or
were you emotional in any way?
Sal, you were over the top at a certain
It was the whole sucker thing, and he said you outsmarted me. I would never. That's just
it's impossible.
Well, no, it's not. It's impossible to outsmart Howard Stern, in my opinion. Yes, in any capacity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So. And he kept going with that and the whole Howard Sucker thing, and I'm like, this is just crazy, and that's why I just snapped.
And he threatened to break up you and Richard. And I know to you that's blasphemy, but it seemed like it might be going there.
If it goes there, it goes there, and you know what? You'll see the results. Richard and I are a think tank. We work every day. We bounce ideas off of each other. We work great together. It's like breaking up Captain and Tennille.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, actually, they got divorced, and she had a much better career.
Sal, if this happens,
it's like breaking up Donnie Marie.
Keep your mouth shut, because the way Howard described it on the air, you will be getting your own office, and Richard will be sharing an office with
I would
Scott.
hate that. I would hate that.
You would rather share with Scott?
I would be in a bathroom with Richard. I would be in a dumpster with Richard.
What? But if you and Richard together isn't an option, wouldn't you rather be alone than be paired up with Scott the engineer?
I don't know. My brain can't even go there. That's like saying you're separating a child from me. I'm not kidding you.
Are you ready
You're
for
a grown man?
Are you ready for a world, say in 3.5 years, where the show ends and everybody has to go out and do their own thing? Are you and Richard going out as a team, or are you going to go out and do your own thing?
It all depends. If we want it, right now we're planning as a team, but we also can do our own thing as well.
Let me tell you something from experience. If you're a team, one of you end up stabbing each other in the back. It's just what happens when two guys at work team up on something
and live together.
I don't know about that.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staff, whack packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, when the guys at Howard TV first conceived the show, my guest today was one of the first names that popped up as a must-have. Now, it's not because of any one particular thing that he does, it's because he has utter and complete verbal diarrhea. You may love him, you may hate him, but you certainly know what his penis looks like. His phony phone calls are instant classics, and his least favorite number is 143. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sal, the stockbroker Governale.
Rachel Fine!
Sal Governale. Oh, you're not
sorry.
falling for
Okay.
that. Let's just
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Okay,
Little
sit down.
you feel warm.
Not falling for that again.
Fresh and
Just
warm.
sit down. Are you ready to answer some fan questions?
I am ready. I'm ready for anything that you ask me.
Fantastic. Can I keep your eyes in this general direction?
Yes.
All right, first question comes from JM on Twitter. He wants to know, how did you feel when you got hired by Howard?
Extremely excited, Rachel, but at first, to be honest, I thought it was a prank because Gary pranked me 5 years prior. You know, they got me pretty good on the show. I was working on Wall Street, and I was actually that day writing jokes for Artie Lang because he was doing the Donald Trump roast. And I was kind of bummed out, you know, that when John's job just ended, the great Richard Christie won, which was the greatest thing to happen to the show. And I got a call like, hello, you know, Hal was thinking we'd like to give you a shot here. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Sure enough, I got invited into the show, and it's been 7 years later. So it's been great.
Wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh, thank you.
Next question came in from Facebook. This is from John R. He says, F, marry, kill, Richard, Howard, and Robin, and explain your reasons.
Okay, well, definitely marry Richard because I love him, and he's my second wife. I would probably Howard because it would make for great radio. Robin, you won't believe what happened to me last night. What, Howard? Sal me up the. Oh my God! Don't tell me that. Yes, he did. And I would, unfortunately, because of the game, have no choice but to kill Robin.
That hurts.
Sorry, Robin.
That's crazy.
Sorry to hear that.
What's wrong with him?
Only because of the game. Only because
you're
the game
really getting into that.
gives
Yeah.
me no choice but to do it. Okay.
Excellent. Moving on.
Is she dead yet?
She is dead. Next question is from Joseph M. on Facebook. He asks, what do you want to do once the Stern Show ends?
You.
That
Every
is
night.
so sweet.
As long as Richie Wilson doesn't kill me.
You're going to have to clear that with Richie.
What do I want to do? I want to continue to write with Richard Christie, put shows together, comedy, perhaps work for a television show like Jimmy Kimmel, certainly pursue stand-up, and just continue within that vicinity, in the entertainment industry in some capacity.
Sounds good. Maybe you'll be the next Ronnie Mund.
I said entertainment.
Next question is Kim S. also on Facebook.
Kim S.
She says, Sal,
Yes.
tell me one thing you love about your wife. Really love, no jokes. Can you?
Yes, of course. My wife is a spectacular and awesome mother. Really, really great. That's one. I could tell you a few.
Give me another.
I think she's absolutely beautiful. I think she has a great personality. And I also think if it wasn't for her, 80% of my material would be out the window. She always says to me that, you know, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have anything. And to some point, that's true. You know, the price that we pay for that is a different story. But it's certainly the truth. She's really good.
She's a good source of your comedy.
Yeah, she's got a good sense of humor.
So romantic. Next one also from Twitter is from Roger. He says, how did you ever pass the Series 7 exam?
I studied every day. I actually made it a job. I got up at 9 in the morning and I went to my kitchen table and I stayed there till 5 p.m. And the only time I took a break was at noon, like I took a lunch break, and I would put on The Price is Right during my lunch break. And I watched The Price is Right, and then I went back to studying, and I studied real hard. I crammed it all in, and I got an 86 first time out.
Nice. Do you think if you took it again today without preparing, you'd pass it?
68. It would take some time, but I could certainly pass it again.
Nice. Next question, also from Twitter, is from Stacy. Stacy says, "Is Gary still eating black and white cookies with crumbs running down his chin?"
I would have to say yes, I am. I love them, and there's nothing better to put me to sleep quicker than a good old batch of black and white cookies right after I'm done playing solitaire ball.
Sorry to wake you up. Next one came in from Facebook. This is from Scott M.
Oh, Scott.
From Scott. Sal, what do you do all day other than the prank calls?
What do I? Well, that's a good question. We do song parodies. We listen to listener submissions. We put bits together. We put games together, like the Debbie the game today. We also write when people go out on the street. Rich and I actually go out on the street a lot, so we're constantly coming up with new concepts for the street, like Occupy Wall Street, like going to Harlem, talking about topical topics there. While the show is on, during the course of the show, I and Richard also send Howard jokes and media during the course of the show through Will and Steve on the computer. We submit jokes for other people as well, like Evil Dave. When George Takei comes in, we write the announces for him. So constantly doing stuff.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Jose N on Facebook says, "Has there ever been one call that you really loved but couldn't play it on the show?"
Yes, there are quite a few, and there's one in particular that we really love. It took about 6 months to produce. It involved many characters on the show, like Wood Yee, like Craig Gass doing his Gene Simmons impersonation, and we just couldn't play it. This call was so good that Gary reached out to this particular person. They do have a product that they sell as well, and even gave that person the opportunity to come on the show and be interviewed about it, provided that we could play the prank call. Still didn't happen. There are a lot of great prank calls that we just can't play. People say no, and that's it. No is no. Everything that we do, we get a consent for. And if we don't get the consent, we can't play it.
What percentage doesn't make it through?
I would say lately it's been like 40-70 in our favor. About 40% does not make it through. 40%.
Do you recognize that 40 plus 70 is more than 100?
Oh, my God, I just realized that. 40-60. 40-65, yeah.
Can we go back to the Series 7 question?
Yeah.
Dumb as a rock.
Michael G
God.
tweeted us.
So embarrassed.
Sal, is your hair growing back with the fake propecia?
Feel it. What do you think?
It actually looks good. It looks pretty full.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't feel it before. So
Well,
you have
it
to
was
tell
called
me.
Apisha, and I got it from India. I went to this website online because Propecia is very expensive, and I can't afford it. So I looked online, and I received this Indian Propecia called Apisha. And I tried that for a little bit, but I was getting some wacky side effects. So I stopped that, but what I'm doing now is I'm doing Rogaine twice a day. I do the Rogaine foam. Get right in the peaks, rub it in, go to the back. How's the back look?
It looks good.
Yeah, fill it up there. That's it, and then, and just the opposite on my balls, it's nair. Gets all the hair out. So bald here, full there. It's a match made in heaven, ladies. Match made in heaven.
Next is from Live and Uncut on Twitter. If you had to choose either your wife or Richard to live with for the rest of your life, who would it be and why?
Wow, that is a great question. Sorry, buddy. But I'm going to have to live with you for the rest of my life.
You pick me?
Do I stutter, shit?
Thanks, honey.
Well, I've had my wife for quite a long time. I've known my wife for 16 years now, and I've only known Richard for 7. So to be fair and to balance it out, I have to give him at least 9 more. So, yeah. Welcome aboard, babe. You're in.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome, sweetie. Anything.
I want to thank Sal for answering all the questions that you, the fans, provided. Keep sending your questions in via Twitter, Facebook, email, and video submission. And remember that this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next week, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time.
I know I did.
Thank you very much for that.
Shut the cameras off. Jesus.
Richie!
No Richie. Bye.
You don't even seem to understand the show. Yeah! You
You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here.
I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
This is a Howard TV original production.
Here's a taste of what you have to look forward to.
On this episode of The Bonus Show.
Sal gets Eskimo gay on Ronnie.
Eskimo kisses Ronnie. The Eskimo kisses.
All aboard the hairy back of the Ganges Express.
I would have carried her down the stairs like this.
Ronnie patrols the shitter.
Hey, what is this?
And we play Hooked on Phonics with Benji.
Susan West Milford, you're on the wrap-up show.
You cunt.
Hello, Stern fans, and welcome to The Bonus Show, a weekly update of all the great behind-the-scenes moments you can't see anywhere else. I'm Rachel Fine.
And I'm John Hine. Go Navy!
What does that mean?
I want to support our troops, so I'm just giving a little shout-out to the Navy.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with our show today, but I am sure the Navy appreciates your shout-out.
Here we go, Army. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, it's very patriotic, but it's also kind of annoying, John.
Thanks, Rachel. Here's a clip from our 2006 archive. Hoo-ha!
Is that a shout-out to the Marines?
Well, that's a shout-out to Al Pacino from Scent of a Woman, remember? Hoo-ha!
Frightening. Here's Richard and Sal using Ronnie as a comedy punching bag.
Oh.
Scary. You spit any of that on me, I swear to God, you will be dead.
He's a dead man. I ain't gonna spend it. I'm just hanging out.
Good, hang out. Be my guest. You do whatever you got to do.
So what's been going on? How you doing there?
I'm fine.
Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Middle of the week.
It's hump day.
Yeah.
It's hump day. And you're stuck here, and I'm going to Vegas to hang out with 365 strippers.
Wow. Hey, careful, I could have choked.
That's good.
You're gonna leave a mark on my neck.
Eskimo kisses Ronnie. Give me Eskimo kisses.
How come you want to choke him to choke me?
He choked you. That was great.
You had that whole mouth full of shit
great
there.
when he
I didn't
choked
get
you.
it on you.
Rach, can I Eskimo kiss you on the face?
Let me think about that. No. Now, ever since Howard expanded Ronnie's duties to bathroom attendant, Ronnie has become a bit possessive. Here he is after not catching yet another bathroom culprit.
What is this?
What happened?
Hey, what is this? Hey, what is this in the sink, too? This is Robin, okay?
15 each.
This is Robin this morning from her makeup shit. This has been in here since 5:45. Since she came out of the bathroom. What is that? Is that where you sharpen your pencil or
I
something?
don't know, but you think that's worth
No, look at this. No, come and look at this.
Blob of piss
What
on
is
the rim there?
No, but come and look at this.
I don't want to look at it.
What is this black thing? Is that like when you sharpen your pencil, your eyebrow pencil or something?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Now what's with her?
Did you sharpen your eyeliner again?
I
Not throw out
did,
the
I
extras?
What's the deal?
Rachel, I've been meaning to tell you that you're looking pretty buff lately.
Oh, thanks, John. I have been working out, so thank you for noticing.
You're looking really tight, really hot-like.
Okay, compliment getting a little bit creepy.
I could probably bounce a quarter right off.
Okay, so just stop talking, John, please. Let's go ahead and get to the clip of Ganges and Benji talking about how out of shape they are.
Let me feel that gun.
I'm sure in our group table picture, you'll
There's
see his
his
belly
belly.
sticking out.
It wasn't
intentional.
His belly will be prominently
Yeah, his belly will be
displayed.
prominently displayed.
I
forgot my belt.
Oh.
And I have a stomach.
I see.
Which is not intentional.
Well, it was fun.
Maybe one day
Yes.
we'll have a future disaster
and I will lose weight.
You'll get inspired.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah,
I don't
gonna...
want to have buildings fall down for you to get it.
What's
but...
going to be my inspiration?
Oh, God. Maybe that you're dying and you're going to wind up in the hospital?
I totally get this now.
Oh,
No, I get it. I mean, it's like...
Can I practice? I would have carried you down, by the way, all those stairs.
Carry me now. All right, here you go. Ah! He's really
I would have carried her down the stairs like this. I would have went all the way down the stairs. I would have got her down.
And I would have get you back.
And I would have carried Benji down, too. I would have had them both coming down.
Unlike my button-down only co-host, there are some people around here with some fashion sense.
Hey, I'll have you know these shirts are custom made for me by little people who live at the base of a volcano in a far-off land.
Okay, you're confusing Lord of the Rings with Old Navy. You'd think that conversation in the halls would be about girls and sports. Well, maybe the guys around here aren't as manly as one would have thought.
Isn't he fucking boring? The fans hate him. He's waiting.
What's boring is that fucking checkered plaid shirt that you wear on every goddamn day.
Shit, those jeans
and those
you wore for the best.
shoes you look like you whittled out of your own fucking tree in your yard or something.
Whittled?
Yeah, it looks like you fucking laced those together with a fucking
nice
hatchet
leather.
and a...
Look at that fucking pair of shit that you bought at Walmart. Jesus Christ.
These are
You're gonna
designer
fucking
sneakers.
tell me? Look at the
They're
bottom.
designer
Let me see the tread on this fucking thing.
What's wrong with that?
It's homo.
Look at your shirt. It's gay. What is gay about that tread? Oh, maybe this is a little gay. Never mind.
And what is the point you're trying to make with that?
No point, Rachel. I'm just a fashion maven who can pull off any look, and you're obviously jealous. As well you should be.
Okay, well, then I'm going to just sit here and take notes while you exude cool in your little vintage shirt that smells like mothballs and Schlitz and the previous owner's BO.
Is that what that smell is? Dear
Yeah.
God, get this thing off me. Come on.
I'm going to handle this while you watch this.
Sticky.
You deal.
The Howard Stern Show Creative Meeting.
Who's smarter than Fred contest? Well, you know, for years now we've been doing like the girl gets naked. I just think we should
ramp it up.
Ramp it up a little bit. Like, you know, she has to make out with Beetlejuice or gets fondled by Beetlejuice or Hypercharic or something like that.
Good.
I just don't think the naked thing, to me, it's like not so wild anymore, you know?
You might be right. Can you get him in, Will?
We've talked years ago about that fondle booth.
Well, you have. Yeah. You can take the booth with the rubber gloves in it. You're the only one who talks about it.
I think it would be a funny image.
We've been talking about
it. It seems like it comes up every couple of years.
Talking about it.
If they gave out awards for hosting radio shows, dare I say I would win one.
The NAB gives out awards yearly to radio personalities.
The NA what?
Here is the first of 3 non-award-winning wrap-up show highlights. You ever ask your boss to chloroform you for the sake of comedy? Richard Christie has.
It does always come down to naked men with you, Richard. Like today you went in there, I'd put my balls in Sal's ass crack, no problem.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, that's just my kind of humor.
I have an ingenious comedic premise. You take your pants off.
Howard didn't seem to be a fan of the chloroform idea once again.
He was up. He seemed almost up for it a few years back when he was talking about that chloroform website, but I think he realized it's a little
You just got to
dangerous.
hit it at the right moment and just have everything ready, have the chloroform, have different like dresses and outfits ready.
Yeah, we should have like, you know, a closet full of chloroform just in case.
I love the C word. I use it all the time. My kids love it too. It's so fun to say.
No, John, no.
Cacodemomania. Man, that's fun to say.
It's harder to fight back, at least I think for us on our show, with a woman.
It is hard to fight with a woman. Because like I said, because at the end of the day, you want to go for that one weapon in the arsenal, and it's just way wrong.
Is the C word?
Yeah.
That really, like, you just say, I don't, the women get real, like, it's cunt, right?
Yeah,
Is that
you
the
think
word?
women get upset by it? Yeah, they do. Have you ever tried it?
I'll try it out.
Try it out.
Yeah, try it.
Call your mom. See what she says.
Have you not seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I did see Curb.
You don't know that word makes women crazy?
Oh, yeah.
And that
I'll try it out today. I didn't know.
He barks.
Susan in West Milford, you're on the wrap-up show.
You cunt.
JD is funny when he can't get a thought out, is getting beat up by Will, or in this case, getting pissed off at everyone.
Why is it wrong if a woman says, hey, I like JD, I want to have sex with him?
Well, okay, fine, but you don't have to do it on the air. You don't have to publicize it to everyone.
So if it wasn't on the air and no one knew about it, you'd be okay with it?
Maybe.
She'd still have to be good looking.
Yeah, of course.
I bet he'd lower that bar dramatically if we didn't know.
She wouldn't have to be that good looking.
Right.
Shut up. What? You guys don't know anything.
You're such a mystery.
Benji, would you be willing
such a mystery?
His life is so complicated.
Like Ivan Putski.
Would Benji double team a chick with JD?
He's an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Well, you know what? I'm further going to be an enigma. You all can discuss it.
What are you going to be?
An enigma. I said it. Well, shut up. Okay. Is there anything else? Can I leave?
I'm going to take a break.
Okay.
John, is that a tear I see?
I just hate endings.
Just when I thought you had a hint of emotion.
Why?
Okay, that is all for this week.
No!
For my overly dramatic simpleton co-host John Hine, I'm Rachel Fine. Goodbye.
Rachel, let me just hug you. Cry on your shoulder or something. Anything. Help me get through this.
I have to go.
I'm going to play a couple of things that have been happening, including Sal's weird pronunciations. You know the word villa?
Yeah.
I have a villa in France, perhaps you'd say. He calls it a villa.
I hate to say this.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
But
in Italian.
Get out of here. You're in America, asshole. First of all, I'll tell you what. You're not from Italy. You didn't grow up in Italy. You've never been in Italy.
Right. I've been to Italy.
Yeah, okay. Here's Sal from the wrap-up show yesterday. Listen to this guy.
Women love men who are successful. So you have to play the success card. You have to paint the big picture. 90% of the time, a woman is not going to be attracted to the average guy right off the bat. But if you give her a reason, like you have a mansion, like you have a place in the Hamptons, like you have a villa in Italy, stuff that most likely she won't see.
What do you have in Italy?
I have a villa in Italy.
A villa. You've heard of a villa.
That's the best. I have a villa.
When Gary said, "What do you have in Italy?" I thought he was saying, like, you're really exaggerating. You
I've never
couldn't
seen a
possibly-
guy, because you seem like a bright guy to me.
Thank
Honestly, you do.
I am. I think I'm a bright guy, but in
Yeah.
Italy, they say villa. They say bene sta villa.
Forget Sal being an idiot with the word villa.
Okay.
Listen to this. This is from the wrap-up show. Don't get caught up in what the content is. Just
Okay,
listen to
just
this
listen
word.
to the
Listen to
pronunciation.
it.
Do you know do you remember what that whole Jim Jones thing was about?
Yeah. He had an occult. He gave all these people Kool-Aid and they dropped dead.
Wait, he had what?
He had this occult. I think it's called an occult.
Right.
So in Italy, they say occult?
They say, where did you get that one from?
Yeah. How'd you learn how to say that wrong?
Well, a cult. I heard then it was cult, not a cult. But an occult is, I think, it's a combination. It's like satanic groups. They're occults. But I thought it's the same thing. It's as long as it's a group
Sal,
of weird
do you
people.
ever read? Do you ever like take an
Ever
interest in
consult
anything?
the dictionary?
No.
Sal, when
Too
people
busy.
are saying occult, they're not saying occult. They're saying a, and then a word C-U-L-T, cult.
A cult.
And then there is the occult.
The occult or occult is, holy cow! I can't
When I
believe
see
I'm-
occult, O-C-C-U-L-T, whatever it is, and you hear people saying occult, I'm always thinking it's occult.
No,
I never distinguish the difference between a cult and a cult. When you
Holy cow! Where did you grow up, man? And don't give me this bullshit.
I grew
you
up
say
in Holbrook.
villa because you were in Italy.
Yeah, because when you're in Italy, they're
Okay.
like, come to my villa.
You know, he says that like from Transylvania. I want you to come to my villa.